And we're here.
Welcome to Twisted Hooks Tavern Tuesday.
Boom! We are
Jeremy
and Chris, Twisted Hooks Fishing Team, and
That's
this is
it.
the best damn kayak podcast ever.
ever.
That's right. We're here as a voice for the normal kayak angler. We're here to help with kayak setups. We're here to know what to do.
What not to do.
That's right. And talk about things that help us all become a better kayak angler. What's up with that?
I mean, I'm in 100%.
Bro, I'm all in. I'm all in. Yo, and I am so excited about this show. I'm so excited about this show. We're getting Hunter Freeman on this show, man. And
Things are popping.
Things are popping. It's like them bass out there, you know, when they get to schooling on that water, man.
And you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, hell. Oh, and you see them start popping the water, and you know that that's bass.
Oh.
And you know they're over
Let me
there.
throw in the middle of that.
Yeah. Where's my A-rig? You know,
I'm not going to my A-rig. I ain't
no.
caught a fish on that damn thing.
Where's my swim bait? You know what I mean? Yeah. Pop that thing out there.
Give me something with some confidence, and I'm in it.
Right. And can't wait. I'm stupid excited. I can't help it. So welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome.
Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
A hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we here. We always do a cheers.
Cheers.
And that's that time, bro.
It's that time.
It's that time.
What's up?
What's up? Cheers.
My brother.
I love you.
Love you too, bro.
That Yingling's tasting good, bro.
I mean, I got something's tasting pretty good too.
I bet you do. What you got over there in that cup? That Twisted Hooks cup over there.
I got me a little JD Coke Zero.
JD, is that John Doe?
Well, I mean, if you drink enough.
I think you're referring to a guy up in Tennessee.
I think I was referring to me last weekend.
Oh, well, hey, you know, sometimes you'll have that.
The show went on a little long. I think I got a little drunk.
Hey, you know, like I said, sometimes you'll have that. Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't have anybody to cook you dinner and you come back home from work and you just start drinking.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Hey, Melinda says cheers.
Cheers. Where are you watching from? Throw it in the comments. What you drinking?
What you
Come
smoking?
on.
Yeah. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So right around now, we got a couple minutes here. We're going to have Hunter Freeman.
Hunter Freeman!
Yeah. He is the 2018 College National Championship.
Ooh.
The Abra Garcia series. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's now touring with the FLW Pro Circuit.
Tackle Warehouse. Circuit.
Can I say that again? Pro Circuit.
Yeah.
He is a professional fisherman.
I mean, I fish like I think I am.
I do too. I haven't got that far yet. You know what I mean?
I mean, I go out there with confidence at the first hour thinking I'm going to smash the world.
Well, yeah. And I'll get into this story a little bit later when we do a recap. I kind of did that too last weekend. I went in the first hour very confident and then nothing was happening. And
I feel like,
oh my God, what's going on?
Drowning yourself.
Yeah. Got lost in my head, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
Well, think about it. I want to know what this button is. Intro.
That's our intro button?
That's what we got to change it to. We got to change it. How do you guys like our intro? Because we've been working on it. We've been talking about what to say, what not to say. And we're trying to make sure that we get that hook in the first 10 seconds of getting on air. You know what I mean? So
we want your attention.
Yeah.
We want you to feel what we're feeling right now.
You know what I mean?
Feel it, son. Yeah. Absolutely. Hello, Mr. Scott Atkins, sir. How are you? Stacy Hedrick says the intro sucks.
Yeah. Like your mom.
Well, I'll tell you what, boss. We'll work on it. How about that? Let us know what you think sounds good, and we'll get into that.
Yeah. Give us some constructive criticism from the big brain.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hunter Freeman's calling in right now.
There he is. Hunter, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Oh, we're great.
Welcome to Twisted Hooks Tavern Tuesday, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Yes, sir. We're doing great.
We just got in the show and we kind of talked about who you are and you know what you got, you know, in your life right now. But we are not, you know, the know-it-alls when it comes to your life. You are.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to welcome you to the show, man. You give a little bit history on you. You were the 2018 college national champion. That's epic, man.
Oh yeah. That was those were good times for sure. I miss it. It was college fishing is definitely something to experience. I will leave it at that.
I bet it is.
Did you go home like after a fishing day of smashing all the rest of the kids and just be like, the big D in the locker room?
No. Actually, it set in until about I guess whenever I went to the cup, and after that, it was because it all happened so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It was all back to back to back. There's really no off days in between it, so it was like it happened, and we wanted to celebrate, but we were all so exhausted. We actually didn't even have our celebration party until almost probably, hell, I don't know, a week after it. Like, I mean, we came home and we're just dead because it was 3 days of straight practice and then a 3-day tournament and then the fish off. I mean, we were 9 days straight, getting up, only sleeping 3-4 hours a night. And, everybody's all like, oh, we want to go eat dinner and everything. I got home. I was like, you got to hold on. Give me a day.
Right.
One day.
Need a little bit of R&R time there a little bit.
Oh, it was for sure. But, man, yeah, it was college fishing is definitely something to experience. It truly is. Just the people you meet along the way. I mean, half the people that I'm close with now on tour, it's because we met in college, whether it was at a tournament or a show or something. And it's just a great way, man. I mean, to get an early foot inside the industry and not coming in flat-footed,
Yeah,
Right.
It's always a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But your second year now, right?
Right. Yeah, sophomore season. It's been a very interesting year amongst all the cancellations and stuff, to say the least.
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to be super
Oh,
competitive with all this stuff going on and everybody freaking out.
Yeah, the COVID-19's probably put a damper on everything for sure.
Right.
So
it did. I mean, man, we came out of the gate, boom, boom, and then I'm getting all my research done and everything ready, for the next couple of events. And, not only were the events rescheduled, so, I mean, at half the events, I was doing research on fish that were going to be spawning or just getting there to spawn. And now they rescheduled them to where when we were going to go to them, now they're summertime tournaments. And it's like, whoa, scratch everything I just looked at.
Exactly.
Right.
And then, we got the completely new schedule. We ended up not even going to the original venue we had due to there was so many ifs and ands around the country of what would be open, what would be allowed. And, so now we have an entire new schedule. Like, we're going to lacrosse next. And, when the schedule was released last year, lacrosse was never mentioned anywhere, like no preparations at all. So it kind of had to, switch gears just midnight and be like, oh, okay, like completely forget about that place for this year.
Right.
But it's okay though. I'm just, as long as we get to keep fishing, I can't really say much.
Absolutely.
With all the crazy going on in the world, man, it's definitely made me appreciate a lot more things in life that I took advantage of. I can definitely say that.
Sure.
You did. If I remember right, you did say you were calling in while you were on the water today, aren't you?
Is that true?
Right. I originally was going to, but I'm actually ended up getting home early.
Did you go out today? I'm assuming you go out today. How'd you do?
I did. I didn't fish. I've got a guide the rest of the week. Today was my one-off day. I went out and got my boat straightened up for the rest of the week and just kind of looked around and glanced at some places, drafting around and kind of getting what we were going to run tomorrow on my trip. And there.
What lake are you guiding on?
Absolutely.
It's called Caney Lake. It's in Chatham, Louisiana.
Nice.
It's just a little shy of 6,000 acres.
Oh wow.
It's a small lake, I mean, on a map, it wouldn't be looking at much, but it's just, oh my goodness, the genetics of the lake. It has everything you need, from deep standing timber to clear water to Florida strains, all the bottom hardnesses you need, and it's just a little mini powerhouse.
I was gonna say, it sounds awesome.
It does. It really does.
Man, it's crazy. That's what's bad is everywhere I go in the country, it's as far as consistently catching quality fish, there's no place like home, literally.
Right.
I mean, even, going to Lake Fork and experience all the smackdowns and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I've done this at home plenty of times. Like you know, but yeah, I mean, I've gotten to experience some stuff with fishing at that lake that, oh my God, it's just, we'll talk for hours, me telling stories.
Well, that's cool, man. It really is. If you don't mind, if you could talk about like your fishing career, where you are right now, how you kind of feel about it, and maybe what your goals are going forward.
Right. Well, I guess we can go back to college.
Okay.
You know, I went to college, like, I had an academic scholarship to ULM. I made good grades in school, and you know, I wanted to be a doctor originally. I mean, I made good
Wow.
grades in school and everything else, but you know, I wanted to be a surgeon because I had some sports injuries coming up, and I said I wanted to be a surgeon. But after getting to the end of high school and actually getting to hang around some surgeons and talking to them and seeing the day-to-day life, I was like, I do not want to do that.
I mean, my childhood best friend is a trauma surgeon and one of the heads of the hospital, and he works a lot.
All
He
the
hates his
time.
life from it. Well,
Yeah.
not really, but you know. I mean, sometimes. I mean, but yeah, I was talking to one of the surgeons, and he told me, I was like, so when did you get out of school? You know, all in all, and he's counting it up. He goes on like two hands, and
Right.
he goes, I got out a year early. He goes, yeah. He said, I guess I was only in school 16 years. Yeah. I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, I started working when I was 32. I was like, oh man, dude, I'm out. Like,
Right.
Right.
no way, I'm gone.
Way
But
too much school. Way too much school.
yeah, so I just went to ULM. You know, I had a scholarship to here, and they were doing really well in fishing at the time. You know what I mean? They're still doing well, but it was just, you know, right here at home, man, got a good program, got to stay, didn't have to move. So I jumped up there, and then, you know, the ultimate goal was, yeah, I would have loved to have the chance to do it full time, you know, later on. Like that was obviously the end goal, but
Right.
my full expectations was, you know, fish college, and, you know, after that, hopefully be at the points to start fishing some opens, and, uh, you know, and then hopefully, you know, by the time mid-20s, like still not even now, you know, maybe starting to jump in some opens. And then by the time I was 30, maybe jump on tour like most guys do. But,
Right.
Right.
you know, so go to college, you know, year 3 rolls around, and I mean, we're starting to do really well. We didn't have any wins, like me and my partner, but we were getting to the point where we were going around the country and consistently finishing in the top, you know,
That's what makes a
15,
difference.
10. Like, I mean, it was starting to become a routine deal where, you know, we were just coming consistently, I guess, consistent. But,
Right.
so then, you know, the Red River rolls around, and I put in a lot of time
Smack.
pre-practicing for it. Just because it was, I told everybody, I said, if I've ever got a shot, man, that tournament is it. And I didn't know nothing about the Red River, nothing. Like, nothing at all about it. Living so close, I'd never been just because it's not that great of a place. And so I did, you know, for about 2 months before, I went 3 or 4 times a week and really just focused on one pool and kind of broke it down. But you know, we won that deal, and then I fished the cup, and that was only it was going on my 2.5 year in fishing in school. And, you know, but I said, went to fish the cup and everything else. And they told me, they were like, would you want to fish the tour next year? And I'm like, man, I'd love to, you know, I mean, God, I don't, there's so much stuff I haven't even seen, like around the country.
Right.
And I was like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd love to. So anyway, it rolls around, and that next, you know, deal, they sent me the tour invite saying, because like being the college champion, you had a tour spot. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so, I mean, I'm like sitting down with my parents. I was like, y'all know how bad I want to do this. I was like, for one, we got to figure out how to pay for it. Two,
Right.
I was like, you know, I mean, I told everybody, I said, I don't want to not go and look back in like 6 or 7 years and may never get, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, may never get another chance.
Right.
And I said, I would like never be able to live with myself if I pass this up. And then, like, you know, I may never get another shot. So I was like, told everybody, I said, if I can get sponsors together, like a couple get on board and kind of help me out, I was like, I'm doing it. So it ended up working out. You know, we jumped on, and then last year we came out of the gate good, got paid at the first one. You know, which I was a nervous wreck at the first one, obviously. You know, went down to Florida. I mean, I had a Florida fishes a lot like how we do at home. It's weird, like, but my lake that I've lived on, Caney, it's Florida strain fish. So I mean, they kind of
Act the same.
they do the same stuff. Like
Sure.
whenever weird weather change happens, like they kind of act the same. So it kind of helps going down there, just breaking down those better ones. But the last year, yeah, I was on some pretty big fish in practice, and then the day of the tournament, I made some very rookie Florida mistakes, needless to say, and trying to get them out, and kind of freaked out, but learned from it, and then carried to this year. But after that, we had a top 10. The third one was in winning contention at Seminole, the one that Latimer won.
Right.
And then from that tournament, we kind of like was at the, climbing up the ladder, like, oh my God, jumped out on tour and doing well, like right off the gate, like, wow, like couldn't happen any better. It must be meant to be. And it was like, man, somebody just pulled the plug on my year.
Oh,
and
no.
Oh, man.
Sent me skidding like backwards. So after that tournament, we went to Grand, and Grand was the toughest place I've ever fished in my life. I fished the entire practice, never caught a keeper bass. Like, I only caught one short fish, and everybody's like, "What you gonna do in the tournament?" I said, "Dude, I don't know. I guess go somewhere I ain't been. I don't know."
Right.
I said, "Dude, I mean, I can't even get a bite here." But I ended up, went out and bombed that one. I ended up catching one a day. From there, we went to Cherokee, and man, Cherokee had a great practice. Like, I called my girlfriend the night before, and I was like, "This is about to be special." And she's like, "You think so?" I said,
Really?
"Yes." I truly found something, but they learned a very rookie mistake. I was new to those smallmouth, and I was catching them pre-spawn. But we had an off day in our tournaments last year, but I was just catching them big, keg gut. Like, I got a deal going up and down the lake where they were on big outside boulders on the end of it, or on the end of all the flat stuff. And I mean, dude, it was I literally ran from the dam all the way up the river and ran that pattern in practice, and it was just a 3.5 to 4 pound smallmouth. I thought I could catch 20 a day, like literally easily, and nobody was doing it. And I was like, dude, oh my God, like this is it. I finally thought outside the box. And man, we had the end of the last day of practice was sunny. All during the off day was sunny, and I was like, I said, they won't all go. I said, some of them are going to go up and spawn, no doubt, but I said, nah, ain't no way. I said, they're like largemouth. There'll be some stay out there. So first day of the tournament, my marshal gets in the boat, and he's like, "You on them, man?" I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So, man, it's like 1 o'clock. I ain't even had a bite. Running this stuff down the lake, and I'm like, "Dude, what in the world?" So finally, last hour, I was like, "Man, I'm going down the bank." And that was what happened. They all went up there to spawn, and
Gotcha.
I gave it too long, but learned a very rookie mistake at that one. Bail on if it's not happening, it's over.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the deal, man.
Yeah, but went to the front from there, to Chickamauga last year.
Mm-hmm.
Had engine problems the first day, and then came back day 2, and then Champlain, last event of the year, once again was on fish. Had a great first day, was sitting like 28th, and man, the second day I don't know. That was like my not so bad day. If I've ever had one in my life.
Reading the article about that day, man, it was heartbreaking to read about how that ended up working on you.
Oh, no. You're talking about from this last tournament, the weigh-in deal?
No. Weren't you on them in one spot, and then you went back, and that one spot was just dead, and they didn't, you weren't able to find them again or something. You had an amazing day, and then
oh,
they dropped off.
that was Florida from this year.
Oh, maybe I was thinking the wrong one.
No, that was Rayburn.
Rayburn.
That's right. That was this year at Rayburn's. But so last year, Champlain whacked 18 pounds of smallmouth in the first hour. Had this incredible school of smallmouth to myself.
Wow.
Well, the second day, the weather kind of got a little iffy, and my redneck Louisiana smallmouth ability quickly went out the window. And when I could get a bite, I couldn't keep a hook in them, and my lack of smallmouth experience very showed. But after that tournament, I stayed 2 weeks up there in New York. I was like, man, I am learning some stuff. I didn't know nothing about them. We don't have them down here.
Right.
So, I spent some time up there and really learned a lot, and got some advice from locals. I was like, look, I ain't trying to get your spots. I'm just trying to figure out how they behave. I'm trying to teach myself how to smallmouth fish some, because I don't have anywhere I can go practice.
You don't got to go all the way to New York. There's some places right here in North Alabama got some damn good smallies.
Smallmouth, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, they do. But man, them ones up there, man, you can You can ask everybody. They got a mind of their own. I'm telling you, man, like everybody always told me that. They're like, them smallmouth will just disappear. I'm like, what? Ain't no way. They ain't lying. It's true. It's true. But so yeah, that was, the end of the year last year. And then we came out this year and go to Rayburn. First time of the year, I was on like some trap fish like crazy, like big time. I put in a bunch of days of pre-practicing and
right.
I thought when we blasted off the first day, if I ever had a shot to win one, that was it. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, like I was dialed in, but
right.
Mine and I knew like 4 other guys that were on some trap fish too, man. They disappeared during the tournament. Like nobody caught them on a trap.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I was catching, 20, 25 fish a morning. I had a deal going where they were schooled up in drains and, but those fish had a 4 to 5.5 pound average. Like you could drop 26, 27 pounds quickly.
Wow.
Like, I mean, it was crazy. Like everybody was like, oh, it's fishing tough. And there was like 7 people that had figured out that trap deal in the mornings and was like, no, it's about to take 110, 115 pounds to win this sucker.
Wow.
But yeah, man, that one I ended up like bailing and went and ran some history I had from college and found a school of giants like wadded up out deep. They wasn't wadded up, they were spread out. That was the problem. But I could only catch one of them a day. I had an 8-pounder the first day, a 6.5 the second day, and an 8-pounder the third day.
Wow.
But I couldn't catch but one a day. But so we went back the next week. That's where all those videos were from. The first day, we got 2 of them to bite. We caught an 840 and I caught a 1053 and a 10XD. And then the next day, we caught a 4.5 and then I caught a 1256.
What?
Yeah, dude.
He's got the video of that on YouTube.
Oh, what? 1256.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
But I told everybody, I said, dude, this is a school of, this ain't big ones. I was like, this is giants. Like, I rode over them. I told my marshal my first day in that tournament. We rolled over him. He said, is that bass? I said, dude. I said, I hope not. And I spun around with a football, dude, and just boom, cracked one. It was like 820 something. He's like, oh my God. And we never got another bite. You couldn't catch but one of them, man. It was crazy.
Oh. Hey, is that 1256? Is that your personal best? What is your personal best?
That 1256. That was it was my 15th double digit, but it's my only one over 12.
Wow, man. I would be chubbing if I had that 1256 on. Man, I ain't even gonna lie.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was only 12. That's the only 12 I've ever, I thought I had lost some over the years where I was like, man, this was 11 or 12, but no.
Right.
That's a tank.
Yeah. You talk about a ditch pickle.
Yeah.
That's a ditch pickle.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was huge. Man, when she came up and jumped, like she jumped the first time, and you can hear my buddy in that video because I just caught that 10 the day before.
Right.
And he was like, he said, there's another 10-pounder. And we thought it was just a 9 or 10-pounder, but we're excited, but we ain't freaking out. So it's coming to the boat. Well, anyway, it dug and it kept digging. And you kind of just see me like, that's why I'm not freaking out. Like I hadn't seen it yet.
Right.
And I'm just kind of sitting there letting it dig, letting it do its deal, giving it some drag, just not pulling the hooks out.
Right.
That big sucker comes up beside the boat, man, just eyeballs like the size of a $quarter. I was like, oh my God.
And then that's when reality set in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come off.
Don't come off. Hook. Hold them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, when that sucker came outside the boat, I thought it was like 14 pounds, 14, 15 pounds. That sucker looked like a shark.
Oh,
yeah.
My Lord. I can't imagine.
Well, she was solid white. Like, but I guess she came out like 30 foot of water, man. But she was just
deep,
like,
yeah, must have been deep.
She was ugly. I mean, and then she got her colors back when I threw her back, like after we went wading and stuff.
Right.
She did well in the live well. We put flip flips on her. She stood up right. We went up there and weighed her at the certified scale because the day before I caught that 1050 and I just weighed it on a hand scale and took a picture with it and let it go. Well, that night at the store, I was telling that woman up there about it that owns the store, and she's like, "You didn't catch no 10-pounder," and I was like, "All right." I told her the night before, I'm gonna catch you one about 12 pounds tomorrow, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, all right." So it was just a joke,
right?
Man, I called up there at the store. I was like, "Hey." She didn't even know my name. I said, "It's me." She's like, "Who?" She said, "Let me guess." I said, "I got one." She's like, "How big is it?" I was like, "It's over 12." She's like, "Oh, BS." So I brought it up there, and that's why you can, when I put it on the scale on the video, you hear her go, she's like, "You wasn't lying." I was like, "I told you."
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't
man.
know. I didn't know who
I
it
don't
was,
know.
but that was funny.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, got a couple more questions for you, Hunter, if that's cool.
Yeah. Come on, I ain't doing that.
Oh yeah, okay. Never mind. I was
Okay.
trying to
What?
the one question that we had
Okay.
talked about.
Yeah,
but-
we if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll start with Jeremy's question. That's one of the things that he's really wanting to get to, and we'll go with that first. Wanting to know, like, what is the transition from college to pro? Is there like a learning curve? What did you learn from? Is there like a big difference? And
you know, like in all the other sports.
yeah, like
You know,
all
Yes.
college
football.
if you go like in football from college to pro, we've heard a lot of the guys, a lot of the competitors go, man, there's a big difference.
Right.
You know,
Hard
going,
to make the
Oh,
adjustment.
there is.
Yeah.
There 100% is. I told everybody that for one, the biggest deal going to pro, you know, like especially this year when the rule is what it is, you know, in college you practice with two people. And I consider myself a very good, I tell people that I said I really think if there was like a professional team circuit, like I feel like I could win more money and do. I said I always have good strategies as far as like how to apply two people to fishing. I was like, but you can't do them both at one time. Like, and there was a bunch of times in college that we got bailed out that way. You know, like I thought I could catch them doing what I was doing, but tell Thomas behind me, like, look, man, like, you know, it might be like wintertime or something. Like, look, pick that big blade up and don't put it down. And he got them 3 bites that day that were all 5-pounders, and I just filled the limit doing what I was doing. But he made our bag. But I knew one of the two patterns would play. But you know how it is. You can't do that both by yourself. And
right.
But the biggest deal coming from college to pro, this is probably a shocker too, is for one, in college, you know, it was either you were in the top 10 and you know, you qualified whatever you fish for qualifications. In pro, that's not the case. Like there is room to finish below 10th.
Right.
You know, in college, if you didn't finish 10th, you might as well just finish dead last.
Right.
I mean, because there was no AOY, there was no points race, there was, you know, but now there is. They've kind of swapped it up some, but yeah, definitely that, because last year that was kind of my deal. You know what I was talking about earlier. I learned from that tournament. I would be on something where I thought I could catch a big bag, and you know, kind of just not bail on it, because in my head, like, well, if I don't catch them, it don't really affect me that much anyway. And then after I flat out bombed 2 of them last year and realized there was no way I was coming back in the points, I was like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, I mean, you never don't make any championships doing that. So
I mean, there
that
are
was
guys
definitely
that swing for the fences and kind of fish their style the whole time, and they either win the thing or they do nothing.
They bomb. Yeah.
that is true.
I don't think that's how you're going to get championships. You know what I mean?
No. And I mean, it's hard to be consistent. And plus the other deal, you know, like I learned after fishing pro, you know, one thing from last year, this year, like go catch a limit. You know, like in college, there was so many times where, once again, fishing with a team partner, so many times, you know, you could be sitting on 2 fish at 1 o'clock and not hit the panic button yet, because, you know, like you catch 2, he catches 1 or something like that. And you just like, you always had that confidence dude in the back. Like,
right
now it's a pro event, and you on day 1 of the tournament, you got 2 fish for 5 pounds at 1 o'clock. It's like, oh crap.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, I mean, that was, if there was one thing I could say different from last year to this year, is just calm down and slow down. Like,
right.
You know, just slow down. Like, it's okay. You know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're like, for instance, take the Rayburn Day. You know, day 1 of that tournament. You know, I'm running around. My trap fish did not work. It's 10 o'clock and I don't have a fish. I'm just like, oh my God, my season cannot be starting this way, you know, like
definitely can relate.
Oh
to
my
that.
goodness. Cause I was like on that trap bite so well, but, yeah, looked at my marshal. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna panic. I said, we're gonna roll right around the corner. I'm about to catch a limit on a Carolina rig off his point real quick. I said, then we're gonna go look at something else and we're gonna be all right. He's like, okay.
Love that.
I did. I went over and reread the ride. We sat there and caught a limit, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ease out here and look at this deep spot.
Right.
Lo and behold, what it held.
Yeah, I love the confidence, man. You know, it's at 10 o'clock. You ain't got fish, and you're like, I'm gonna go over here and just Carolina rig and catch me a limit real quick. Yeah,
I did, man. That Marshall that day, dude, we had some fun. Like, because all that happened, and but that 8-pounder, like, it was like an 8.5. And from the first day, he
You won
like
that
I rolled
Marshall
over
some
him.
money, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah. He ended
Yeah.
up winning the tournament.
Hell
Yeah, he
yeah.
won the Marshall tournament. Yeah.
hell yeah.
How does that
Yeah.
work? How's the Marshall thing work?
So they marshal. Let me see. Yeah, so they marshal. It's random who they get. They have no control over it. They go randomly in a generator. So like if they, let's say Tim Jane, that's the guy's name, and he gets me day one,
Right.
and I catch 7 pounds. So he gets 7 pounds for his day one weight, but he gets you tomorrow, and you catch 25.
Right.
So he gets your 25 after 2 days is over. They take their 2 days catch because they're going to have 2 different pros. And then they go into a pool with all the marshals. And I mean, it's kind of like they're in a tournament, but it gives them a reason. Like, I think it's cool because now, like, every marshal you get wants you to catch them. Like,
Well, yeah.
so I mean, so they're like back there rooting you on, like, yes. Like when I
back
caught
there.
that big bag in Florida, man, my marshal was ecstatic. He was having so much fun. Oh my goodness, I was too, dude.
It's almost like
told me
fantasy
that morning,
fishing in person.
Right, exactly.
right? Yeah, but he told me that morning. Like I told him, and he said, "Well, how'd you do the first day?" I was like, "Man, I knew I had that spot where all those big ones were in Florida." And I was like, "Man," I said, I had a late boat number yesterday, but I pulled up there in the evening time and caught one about 6, and it saved me. I said, I'm going to start on it this morning. And I told him, I said, I hope we just get like 1 or 2 off of it.
Right.
That would be like so crazy. And we went over and freaking bashed them. I lost another one that was like 7 or 8 pounds that would have gave me 31, 32. And I still weighed in 2 pounders with that 26.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
dude,
awesome.
it was a school of big ones up there. And they were just sitting out off a little point with a shell bed on the end of it. But I just knew it had a shell bed as I started throwing that Carolina rig down there and felt it.
That's cool, man.
But
it's cool.
It is cool. And I know that we had talked earlier in our conversations and stuff like that you kind of wanted to keep your time limit to around 30 minutes. We're getting kind of close to that, and we don't really want to keep you any longer than that you want to be. We do still have some questions.
Man, we're good. I'm not doing anything. I mean, we can keep going.
Okay.
Right on.
Just wanted to make sure, man. I mean.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good. Earlier, whenever we talked, I thought I would still be out on the water, but yeah, we're all good now.
Sure. Okay.
Sweet.
Just wanted to make sure we do have some more questions for you.
Okay.
Hell yeah. We do. We got some more questions for you as long as you're able to, to kind of hang out with us. If you're not, we definitely understand.
I'm not doing nothing.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So one of the other questions that we came up with was, like, what is your go-to rig if you're fishing a lake that you haven't fished before on, let's say unknown water? What would you approach that? How would you approach that? I guess.
Is it seasonal, or do you have like a rig that is like you have it rigged up year round no matter what?
Right.
Oh yeah, 100% a Carolina rig.
Yeah.
100%, man. That, like, I did that video not long ago just because everybody kept asking me how I rigged it.
Right.
I told everybody, I said, I have one rod. It's a Falcon Carolina Cara. It's a Carolina rig rod, and it was every day that, like, I mean, I've had a Carolina rig tied on that rod for 4 years. Like, there is every day of the year there's a bite to be had on that thing. Like, if you're But I mean, there's so many times that, I'll be out fishing somewhere I've never been before. Like, and let's just say you go and it's a tough day, and just be like, golly, man, you can pick that thing up and get a bite. I mean, you can throw it in a foot of water, you can throw it in 40 foot of water. Like, now, if you're on a gin clear lake, not really, but I mean, especially down here in the South, man, pick it up. Like, they'll eat it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
So, how did you get kind of affiliated with? We understand that you're pro staff for Catch Some Relief. How did you get hooked up with Trinity?
How did I get hooked up with Catch Some Relief? You said?
Yeah, with Trinity.
Yeah, Catch Some Relief.
Oh yeah. So I had heard of his stuff, the Catch Some Relief stuff. I'd seen it, on social media. And I just nothing about it. I'd seen it, but at the classic, we met up, and he gave me some samples, and you know, I told you I brought it home, and you know, I was pretty amazed with it at first. I kind of, you know, I looked at it, and you know, obviously like everybody is at first, like what, you know, just had no real cream on, and it actually do something. So I was like, oh, whatever, I'll try it. I ain't, don't knock it till you try it. So I brought it home, and you know, I didn't know nothing about it, so man, my knees are like always just killing me. Like, I mean, I guess it's sitting like cockeyed in a boat, you know, because you're sitting on an elevation trolling.
Right.
And oh my goodness, man! Like, especially if I guide like 4 days straight, where I'm just standing there all day. Jeez. Like, it's like the inside of my knees, man. I have to start like sleeping with a pillow between my legs at night. Like,
right.
Do you fish?
Sucks. And all it is just
guiding?
from your legs standing there stiff all day. But man, I got some of the cream, you know, the one that comes in a can, just the CBD pain cream, and you know, put it on. And I mean, at first, you know, it's kind of when you put it on. I tell people that when I give them samples, like when you put it on, it's not instant. You know, it's not instant magic. Just put it on and forget about it. Like, don't, you know, look, you know, just kind of, you know, don't sit there and just stare at it. It's not instant, but you know, I mean, it's not like a potion's about to be performed on your leg. But you know, I did. I put it on that first night, and I kind of looked over and like grabbed my phone, and it was about, you know, I don't know, 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes later, my girlfriend just looked at me. And she goes, "Hey, your knee still hurt?" And I looked down. I was like,
"No,
God damn it, no, it actually doesn't." You know, I got up and I was walking around. I was like, son of a bitch, you know, just kind of looking at it like, man, like
exactly.
So I had a buddy of mine that I knew, like, you know, if I gave him some of this stuff, and if he didn't think it worked, he'd be like, man, that stuff didn't do nothing. Like I did. So I just gave it to him. I was like, man, just because he works and his knees are always hurting. No, his back's always hurting, his lower back. I gave him some samples. I was like, man, just let me know what you think. Get Dwight to put on your lower back at night. And I didn't hear from him for like a week, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. So then finally, I done forgot about it and was going to ask him, just meant to ask him and I forgot about it. And he, about that time we were fishing one day, he goes, "Oh, dude, I'm going to tell you." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Hey, you remember that stuff you gave me for my back?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, the pain cream, the Kayak relief." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude," he said, "that's some bad stuff." I was like, he said, "Yeah." Yeah, he was like, so he starts telling me about it. I was like, oh, dang. And yeah, I ended up giving him a card on where he could get some, and he's done order a couple cans. But
that's cool.
Yeah, it's man, it's some good stuff. You know, my girlfriend uses it. I've gotten to where I use it daily. I keep some in my truck, keep some in my boat. It's definitely magic in a can, man. It's great for, you know, inflammation, and it does work with anxiety from what I've read.
Yes, sir. It does. It does.
I can't really testify for that personally.
I can personally. I have anxiety issues, if you will. I don't really know what that stems from or whatever, but Trinity over at Catch Some Relief has got some of the little capsules and stuff like that, and I've used them.
Mm-hmm.
I still use them, and they really do help with anxiety, man. So I mean, he's got a lot of good products, man. He really does.
Oh, he does. He does 100%. The pain stick is actually, you know, I'll use it in the boat where I'm just, it doesn't matter because I tried it the other day, you know, like putting the cream on with your hands and touching a bait.
Right.
That was one thing that, like, if I got anything when I was younger, like beaten to my head about fishing was, you know, try not to touch your baits after you've been messing with something like a cream or gas or something. And I just like always like heard that growing up. So now like I'll touch something, like even if I accidentally get my hand in toothpaste, I'm like, oh God, like will you put my worm on my hook for me? Like, well, man, I had so a quick story real quick about that. Like we're fishing a tournament. It was the morning before. When I could still fish local stuff, me and my partner, we're on the way to the lake and we're getting gas, and he kind of spills some gas. He's like, oh shit. He's like, what? He's like, I got gas on my hand. And I was like, oh man, you better wash your hand. Like, just telling him that. Well, he goes inside and, you know, washes it and everything else. Well, we forgot about it, dude. Well, anyway, so it's like that morning we pull up to this place and I just start freaking bashing him. Like, I'm talking about bashing him. He can't get a bite. Like, cannot get a bite. I mean, at all. So finally I was like, well, put that down and pick my other rod up. Well, he picks my other rod up and I already had it out. He makes a cast, throws out there, boom, catches one. I mean, I'm talking about I am stroking him like big time. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, so later in the day, you know, he's still doing all of his own stuff. Well, I'm like, we won the tournament, but I am just like blitzing out of the back of the boat. Like, we cracked them. Right. Finally at like 2 o'clock, and I'm like, what are you doing all day? Like 2 fish. Like, 40.
Right.
And I'm like, dude,
That's
like,
a
and he's just like,
horrible feeling.
It
I'm
is.
telling you, man. And he's like, dude, I don't know. He said, I cannot get a bite. Finally, I was like, wait a minute. And it's like 1 o'clock. I said, you've been putting your baits on all day. I said, you got gas on your hands. He's like, oh my God. So I was like, hold on. I said, cut your bait off. So we got we had like 20 piles, something like that. So we're sitting on that already. So I was like, I cut his off, I retied, I put his worm on. I was like, don't touch it again until like you fish. And we did, man. Everywhere we stopped after that, he started catching them. I was like, I told you. I said, dude, I told you that stuff's true.
That's crazy.
I've never thought of that, but
so since that day, like I put something on my hands and I like won't touch a bait. But I use that stick in the boat instead of the cream. I'll just use the paint stick and that way I put it right on, and then I'll just use the back of my hand to like rub it in or something. And
no problem with that getting too soft.
Don't have to mess with my fingers
on the boat.
I mean, that's really good advice, man. It really is for guys like us that didn't know that.
Right.
It's really good advice. So we appreciate that. Let's see here. Like, what is your one rig you have on your boat?
Carolina rig.
Okay. So I guess we covered that.
So what would be your second go-to?
Yeah. So if that's not working, if your number one deal is not working, what would be your second choice?
I got like a couple of them. If I'm like on a place, like if I'm on a place with wood, and it's not just like poo looking water, like decent clarity, and I got some wood and I can't get bit, I will pick a little jig up and start flipping, just start getting some bites.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna interrupt. What is poo looking water, bro?
Ooh looking water, like just like nasty, like slimy, just dark.
Yeah.
Just like some sewage pond looking water. That's what I call it. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Like Papa's pasture pond.
That's good stuff. That
is good.
Got like a pipe bubbling some green. Got some pipe bubbling some green stuff out the middle of it.
Yeah, that was a question from one of our longtime first listeners on the show. He asked what your second go-to lure was. Scott Atkins.
Yeah, if it's got decent looking water, as long as it's not chocolate milk, and there's wood, or some docks or something like wooden docks. Always pick up a jig and get bit. A smaller jig, like a finesse jig.
Sure.
And if nothing else, they'll just calm you down and start like trying other stuff. But if there's grass, and meaning there's grass and it's in decent shape,
right?
I am going straight to it. I will be in it with some kind of chatterbait or a jerk bait, or depending on the time of year, a swim bait. That's kind of when I excel. And then being able to do the offshore stuff that helps. That's a tough one because there's so many different places in the country. But
offshore stuff has been hard for me. Because I'm a pretty techie guy, but it seems like every time I think I'm on what I think is a school of fish and maybe bass underneath, like I just can't get bit.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely it's an art to deep water fishing. There really is, because I wonder that for years, like we Caney's not that big, and we would catch them off these places that we knew other people fished. Like. We knew we didn't have them to ourselves. Like, we watched people fishing, but they never caught them, like, ever.
Right.
Or, I mean, if they did, it was nothing compared to what we caught there. I mean, like, it may be one of our best spots, and everybody thinks we got this super sneaky place, and it's not. It's the biggest community hole out in the middle of the lake. We just figured out how to catch them.
Right.
Like, it was, and, we got to watching people, and I'm like, man, they don't know what they're doing as far as, like offshore fishing is all about setting up on the fish. It's, like offshore, the biggest deal is the angle. Like the angle of the bait's coming, like what way is the wind blowing over them? Is there wind blowing? Is there clouds? Because I'm weird about that. Like, just because you see that fish on your graph, you don't know which way he's facing. Is he keyed down looking at the drive? Or they're looking up at the high spot? Like, because they're going to be related to something.
The only thing I ever try to keep cognizant of, is that I feel like they're usually nose towards the current. So that, I try to pull, with the current, I guess. But
right.
Some days that's a little harder than others. You ever been in a kayak or fished out of a kayak there, Hunter?
Heck no. I went duck hunting out of a P-row one time, about flipped that sucker, and I was into my P-row kayak career.
Yeah. Next time you in Gunnersville or North Alabama, man, you need to hit us up.
Please do.
We'll get you on some badass kayaks, and we'll show you how they work.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'll get on one for sure.
That's cool, man. We have basically we have one more question left for you, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah. For us, like, you're a pro. Okay, we got that. We're trying to get to that level through the kayak part of it. Kayak industry has grown tremendously in the last 6 or 7 years.
Oh, it has. I did not realize that either. I just became aware of that about probably a month or so ago, and
You probably
I
been seeing
kind of
guys in your
it was
spots,
during
huh?
the quarantine. I was on my phone all the time, and I kept seeing I was on social media a lot, and kept seeing all this kayak stuff, and just like how people have big followings in kayak, and I was like,
Yeah.
what? I didn't even know it was. They got that big, so I started looking at all the online tournament stuff, and I was like, holy crap, I might have to get in on some of this. Man.
Yeah, man.
Well, the benefit to the kayak stuff is, you're not keeping a fish in a live well.
Right.
And so because of that, a lot of the weigh-ins are virtual anyway. I mean, we would congregate, just to hang out and stuff like that. But then the whole COVID crap. So it wasn't much of an adjustment for us to keep everything virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So we would do virtual captain's meeting, everybody go fish. And then we do a virtual weigh-in, which we were already doing. We just, weren't hanging out and having a beer afterwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
So kind of going into that question, what would your advice be to some of guys like us that are trying to, kind of get to your level? Do you have any like pointers or, confidence builders or anything, something like that that would help us younger guys hopefully try to get to where you are?
Younger.
He's
half our age.
I mean, well, we're younger anglers, bro. I mean, we are. I mean, the number of age didn't really have anything to do with it.
I mean, yeah, we've been fishing less time.
We've been fishing, so we are younger. Technically, we're a younger angler than he is.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He's been fishing a lot longer than we have, so well,
he's still got all his hair, and I don't have any. So.
Right.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, got me tickled. Would you have any advice for us younger guys to help us out to maybe get to where you would be or you are?
Yeah, man. The biggest thing that like I tell everybody, and I mean I still try to do it as much as possible, is just be on the water as much as you possibly can be. Like there's nothing that's in the deal with today. Like, and I tell people that with fishermen. And I'm seeing it just from the time that, 6-7 years ago when I was gung ho in high school and just wanted to learn everything. There was so much stuff I hadn't even thrown yet that was out there that just had no clue what I was doing. I was like, man, like now you can get anything in the world and get on YouTube and just type it in and get all this stuff and learn all. I mean, I guide all the time, and there's always kids showing up telling me something they heard on YouTube and I've never even heard of it. And I'm like, what? Like, I mean, but I tell people, I'm like, look, I said, like, the video stuff is good. You can learn well from doing that, but time on the water is irreplaceable. I mean, it's
get out there and go fish.
What you learn, like in your experience, and you see it go down, like, pay attention. Just pay attention, like, and over the years of you doing that more, as pursuing it as you're doing it, it will start to build, like, 100%. Because every single year, like, every year I think I've got it all figured out. You feel that way mentally, like I got it. I got it down. And then, I always look back like a year and a half from now, and I'm like, I was an idiot. Like, I mean, the stuff that I was doing, I do it every year. Every single year I look back like, God, if I would have just done this, on that one spot.
Yeah.
So do you find yourself maybe getting to the point where you're overthinking it and you just kind of get back to the basics?
Yes. 100%. I've been telling people that a lot lately.
So that's one of our things, man. Like one of our segments on this show is back to the basics.
Yeah.
And it's not just because, we do have listeners that are beginners.
Right. Exactly.
And maybe have never fished. And my buddy Scott is one of them. He didn't even have a pole. He was going there to get one for him and his son so he could take his son fishing.
Right. Yeah, and the quarantine, it definitely boomed a lot of new anglers into the world. There was so many people that came out during the quarantine period that had never ever been on the water, not a single day. They'd never made a cast for you know, they might have went a couple of times during quarantine because there was nothing to do, realized they liked it. Now there's so many new people inside the industry. That's what I tell everybody. I said, the fishing industry as a whole secretly boomed in the quarantine, regardless of how you look at it.
Right. Kayak industry too.
More people in the, I mean, as I said, it's just more people in the market. Like, I mean, and I kept wondering because I told everybody, I said, look, I said, you know, I expected my social media to stall and, you know, stuff whenever we went on break. I said, it actually did pretty well.
Right.
And I couldn't figure it out. And I told people, I said, I guarantee it's a lot of, like, you know, new people getting into it or because there's nothing else to do.
Right.
And, you know, they're on their phone more. And I said, they just, you know, just might see something about somebody and click over and then they secretly start following you. And 2 months ago, they didn't have a single idea there even was professional fishing.
Right. Right.
Like, I mean, it got so many more people into the, I guess, new fishing world.
Right.
And now the only problem is that nobody can get anything to make it and ship it out.
Right. Right.
The fishing world is getting like, it's getting like the black market.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I had to find some more hooks today on my way back so I could finish guiding the rest of the week. And oh my goodness, I felt like I was going to buy some crack or something, trying to find a pack of hooks at all the tackle stores.
Right. Right.
Everybody's out, like, of everything, man. And, like, you know, it just, everywhere you go online is out of stock.
Yes,
Ain't
sir.
nobody get anything. And I'm like, dude, it's getting rough.
Right.
Right.
One of the guys that is actually a board member of the kayak series that we fish got a great question. He wants to know if you keep a fishing journal, you know, time of year, the date, temperature of the water, conditions, all that kind of thing.
Right. I don't. I do not. I tried to do it at one time. Man, for whatever reason, I got this from my mama. Like, but I did, like, you know, growing up, I'd always see her, like, remembering stuff. And I'm like, why do you remember that? Like, it just, you know, but I just, man, it's something about it, like, with fishing. And you can ask all my buddies from here. One of my best buddies, man, he tells me all the time, like, an old picture or something or pop up on a day we fished together. And I'm like, you remember that fish? We rolled up over there, remember? And I just put that different worm on, jumped in there and caught it. And he's like, how in the, I was like, yeah, you don't remember? It was at the end of July. And he's like,
huh?
What? Like, what? And I mean, dude, I can, like, literally, like, I don't know. I mean, like, even from year to year, like, I mean, I still remember, like, looking over here. I got a couple of my college plaques over here, like, looking at the tournaments. I can tell you, like, if we could go drive to a boat exactly where I fished and, like, remember exactly what I caught them on. You know, I hope that doesn't go away, like, being able to remember stuff like that, but it probably will as I get older. But
I feel like that's attributed to two things. One, you probably have a photographic memory.
Right, exactly.
But two, you absolutely love it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm made up with it. There is. Yeah, I mean, it's, man, I told my, you know, when I first met my girlfriend, she was talking about it because I just technically started fishing full time then. But yeah, and that was back when I was still in college too. But I finally just I took off from my job because the college season was starting and we were about to get on the roll like crazy. And I kind of just started hustling some night tournaments all around the area. And I was like, man, screw this. I can make more doing this than I could at my job. Then I get to fish every day. Like, so I was kind of running that gig for like a year and a half. And I mean, yeah, was making more than I was making doing construction and sweating every day, swinging a sledgehammer. That was not very fun.
No.
But yeah, kind of did that. And I remember when I met her, I was like, yeah. And she's like, so you go like every day? It doesn't get old to you? I was like, no. No, it don't. And see, I've had to change my ways with her. And before, man, I would go fishing. And I mean, it was, unless I got hungry and still had something to drink, you know, and all the stuff I needed and still had gas. I mean, shit, it wasn't nothing, man. I pull a 20-hour hitch like it wasn't. I mean, we just go and fish. Like, there were so many days, man. I'd be down there fishing and, like, it'd be getting dark. And I'm like, I'm going to make a couple casts after dark. And I'd be out there just keep casting around, catching some fish. And be like, oh, damn, I'm kind of tired. Pick my phone up and it's like 3:45. And I'm like, well, might as well fish till daylight.
Be able to
and then I fish till daylight. What is it?
I said, be able to see to get home on the way home. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, but
Hey, you can't
yeah,
leave
man, I don't.
because
Yeah.
you're in the dark. You know, you got to stay there.
Oh
That's right.
yeah,
Exactly.
oh yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did, man. I am. I made up with it. I could, man. I could go every and never get tired of it. It just, but that's the beauty about bass fishing. That's what I tell people. Like people that I know from here that don't fish, they're like, it don't get old. Like it don't
Right.
just. I mean, just going catching fish every day, just letting them go. It don't.
God,
I don't get
no.
old to you. I was
No.
like, dude. I
No.
said, you don't understand. Like it's never the same.
No.
No.
Like it's
not.
always changing. Like what I'm catching them on and where at right now this week
And how they're
won't be
acting.
happening next week. Like I'll get. Like it's always. I said it's just. I said honestly, like bass fishing is more hunting than it is fishing.
Most
Like
That's
definitely.
it.
I
That's
mean,
exactly
yeah, like
it.
it is. I said like most people. I said that's why most people that bass fish usually deer hunt because they go like hand in hand.
Right.
Right.
Like I mean, you're chasing. You know, I mean, I said you're chasing them down, man. And I was like, a lot of people that don't fish, they think that, they even think going to these pro tournaments, like they see you didn't do well or nothing. Like you couldn't just like pick up a spinnerbait and go down the bank. I'm like, no,
No, that
it don't work
that
like
way.
that. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, well, hell, I go out to my pond all the time, just whip old spinnerbait out the boat. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Because you're in the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wish it worked like that, but it
Right,
don't.
Exactly.
Like,
No, it don't. Not at all.
That's one of the things we actually do. Like if we had a rough day on a tournament or practice or something, we go to our buddy's pond and we flip something in there because we know 9 times out of 10 we're gonna walk away after at least catching a fish.
Right.
oh yeah,
And it's a confidence
100%.
builder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll go over there and catch a few fish and build our confidence back up so we can get back out there and go try to get
Right.
to hunt them again. You know what I mean?
Right, man. That's one of the things that everybody that around here that knows, like just the local people here, and like people as I get to meet people and they get keeping up with them, they're like, man, you catch a lot of big fish. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I do, yeah, but just just as far as fish over 8 pounds, I'm like, yeah, because everybody's like, how many 8 pounds did you catch a year? I'm like, I don't know, 100, 110 maybe. Like,
Oh my God.
I mean, just like I said, but I tell some people, I said, some days you catch 2. I said, you might have a week where you catch 5. Like,
Right.
I mean, I said, they might go a month. And then I said, I mean, that's me counting ones on guide trips too. Like, but I mean, just that many come. I said, and then usually every year, I'll get my shot at a double digit or 2 a year, like just from like steadily going. But it, man, I went blank. I forgot what we were talking about. I got to look at this fish mound up here.
It's okay, buddy. It's all
You
good.
look at that fish and go, damn, I caught
I
that
I
on
caught that on the
Carolina rig.
No, I did. It had me thinking about it. I was looking at it.
Well,
We got a guy that asked how scary it was to leap to full-time fishing.
What is it now?
The leap from, just fishing part-time to fishing full-time.
Oh, fishing full time?
Yeah. Leaving everything behind and going all in. Balls deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's it's good when it's good and it sucks when it sucks. That's the truth of it.
Was making that decision hard to do?
I guess that's the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that, I mean, and I did it too. Like I did it early. Like I was still in college, and I mean, still at this point, like there's a lot of stuff that don't have in life yet. For one, I don't have any children yet. I'm still young. Like, so I didn't have all that because a lot of guys, that
they got
asked me about going full time. I mean, they got 2 kids and I was like, dude, we're not in the same boat at all. Like I said, I was a single college kid, and I was like, man, screw it, I'm doing it. Like,
right, that makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, I said I figured this was my best opportune time in life to do it. So that's why I did it. Didn't have little to no bills at all. Like, I mean, it, just jumped into it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been good. You definitely need to know how to manage money doing it. And you gotta, especially going off and competing and stuff, is expensive. The travel
100%.
and, I mean, and as sponsor wise, use obviously you're going to use your sponsor's product and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that when I go to a tournament, there's a bunch of stuff that I am not sponsored by that I go buy. Like, I mean, for instance, line, like I don't have a real sponsor, just stuff like that, X amount of like baits that I'm gonna use or
Right.
something like that. You know, I mean, it's a lot of stuff. But that's what I tell people: you don't want to when you're buying stuff trying to cut corners in price. Like you need, trust me, I said you need to have every bit of competitive advantage you can.
That's
100%.
When you're out there fishing. I said these dudes are the best, man. They don't mess up.
Right.
Like even if half of them mess up, the other half of them back come whoop some ass. Like it's not like. I mean, I said there is going to be somebody catch them every single day.
Right.
Like I mean, like you can't half do nothing. And I mean, it sucks. Like, I mean, there's a lot of guys that go doing that. Like, you know, it's very easy to happen. Like, just because you get caught up, you know, spending too much money and you get caught up, like, not making so much. Because a lot of times you're just paying yourself back. But, you know, that's where sponsors come into play too. And it helps out some. But,
do you find yourself looking for sponsors that'll help you in a certain area of your travels and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm usually pretty open to sponsor conversations. Yeah, you know, just any way I can. You know, I think that
it seems like everybody obviously wants to have like a lure company. Everybody wants to be sponsored by a rod company or whatever.
Right.
But
right.
talking with Billy McDonald there a couple weeks ago, I mean, one of his biggest sponsors, Lucas Oil.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something, you know, that I grew up in Iowa and I raced cars. And as a 16-year-old kid racing dirt track, I didn't have any money. So sponsors were kind of a big deal to me. But, you know, I had sponsors that didn't give me anything monetarily, but I had 2 different sponsors that would change the oil in my truck and change the oil in my race car every other week. So every week I was getting fresh oil.
Right.
That's a crap ton of money.
That's big. Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Out of my pocket that I saved. So yeah, I always wonder if, you know, you're just, you know, you get approached by the right company and it's like, yeah, that's a good fit for me and I like that product. Or do you actually seek out things that will make your life easier?
Right. You know, I mean, that's I mean, yeah, I mean, there's you know, I love all my sponsors I have to death. I mean, everybody's got you know, I mean, X amount of companies, whether they're inside the fishing world or not, they would love to buy. But, you know, a lot of times, I mean, a lot of times, you know, right time and, you know, social media, just presence in general has a lot to do with it. You know, I mean, just for instance, I'm trying to think of somebody that no one is sponsored by in fishing that probably never will be. FedEx. We'll say FedEx.
Right. Okay.
You know, so that's a giant corporation. Like, I mean, you would figure, like, you know, you just like FedEx wise, you wouldn't expect to see some guy that just, you know, hop straight off the block in a FedEx boat. Everybody be like, "What in the world? Like, how did he get that?" Like, I mean, just.
Right.
I mean, that's like some NASCAR level stuff.
Exactly.
You know? I mean,
it's the same thing, though.
Right. It
is.
is.
I mean, it's I mean, you know, I mean, it's just kind of all, you know, right place, right time, level in your career, and then, you know, just a lot of it's just happens to be a relationship got started, like, you know, in person, and I mean, you know, I mean, it's, man, there's so many variables that goes into this.
All right. Do you want to give a shout out to your sponsors while you're on our show?
Yeah. I mean,
is that cool or?
Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, they want free publicity.
Yeah, they got free publicity on the internet, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. I mean, yeah, we were talking about Catch Some Relief earlier. Trinity at Catch Some Relief. His CBD stuff is, you know, it's amazing. Anybody listening, I definitely recommend it. Whether you, I mean, obviously it's great for the angler, but good day life sports. Actually, I gave some to my mom. She was talking about how great it was for gnat bites. I don't know if y'all have the same Louisiana Terminator gnats that we have here, but
I mean, Trinity told me to put them on the chigger bites I had last weekend, and it did help.
Right.
I've only been to Louisiana one time, and y'all got some crazy things going on down there, especially with them.
Oh man.
I mean, it's yeah. But anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff. Let's see. The Falcon rods. You know, they've been with me since the start. That's a great one. Salmo Lures. It's this hard bait company. Make great stuff. Everything's it's all handmade one at a time. And it's the only hard plastic company where they're actually ran in a tank. And then they're dried off, obviously.
That's cool.
But they ran in, each one is ran in a tank before it gets put in the package.
So they tune it before they package it.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like,
that
it's
is
never,
awesome.
they're never, it's a big deal. And they come with good hooks. They all come with, triple grip mustaches on them. And
perfect.
it's just a really quality product. And I've never broken one, but they warranty them if you break them. I mean, if you run over them with a truck, I don't know.
Well, that's kind of your own fault.
Yeah, if you do happen to break it out fishing, let's say you get the body separate from it, it cracks in half, whatever, from slaughtering them on it in the summertime, then they will warranty it. But it's got a cool science that goes behind it. Z-Bait, soft plastic company, new with them this year. Hunter out of Pennsylvania runs it. Good stuff, man. They got everything from worms, some creature baits, some crawls. They got a little swim bait, the X-Swimmer, man. It's pretty nasty. It comes in 3 or 4 different sizes, all the way, down to putting it on a swim jig trailer to putting it on a 1/2 ounce head and throwing it out over open water. Origin bank, it's just kind of a bank of the South. I don't do y'all have any in y'all's area in Alabama? Has it made it that far over yet?
I've seen it online, but I haven't seen it in any stores.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Right. Yeah, 2 years ago, I might be wrong, 2 to 3. If anybody's listening, they went public and they were going to start growing and expanding out, and it's been a good partnership, man.
That's cool.
It is.
I really enjoyed it. A lot of good people up there. I'm not sure where the first one was, but they're centered around our area and they're kind of starting to branch out over I-20. But that was a good deal. And going back to it as an off the record subject, that one was that partnership right there was one that was not planned. It was kind of it's a funny story of how that one happened and how it all ended up coming together.
That's
just
cool.
Kind of as we were talking about that earlier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, batteries wise, I guess we'll run through the boat. Dakota Lithium, new with them this year. Just started running them. First set of lithium batteries I've ever had, but man, they're great. I mean, I ran them, to be honest, with the dirty days of it. I mean, I went 4 days, like, just trying to test them, so I get them 4 days guiding all day, and I haven't been able to kill them yet. So,
wow.
Yeah, I charged them. I did charge them after that, just because I had to actually do it was a full day the next day, and it was kind of a high client. So I was like, yeah, might better charge them.
Might not want to get.
I don't want to be an hour into it and be like, well, they made it 5 days, and then be like, well, I don't care,
Yeah.
So yeah, I charged them. I haven't went further than 4 though, but they will go 4 days.
That's amazing.
Let's see here. Lowrance graphs, everybody knows about that. Thinking I'm running down.
It's all
Strider Tungsten. Tungsten's good. Yeah, and then Basscat boats, obviously. It's a fine tool. I run the Cougar FTD. It's an amazing machine. It handles rough water well, floats shallow, got amazing top end speed, as I'm sure you've heard. We won't get into it.
Yeah.
They'll roll, man. It's a quick ride. Other than that, that's I guess that's about it for that.
Well, man, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
I remember what I was talking about earlier with them fish too.
All right, let us know.
Well,
let us know.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I went blank. Man, I was looking at that fish mount and got thinking about something, went completely blank. But everybody tells me that about catching the big fish, and because people from outside of anywhere around here see it, and I tell people, I'm like, dude, it's just the lake. I was like, I'm not some like superhero that goes up to a pond and like, I'm gonna pull out a 9-pounder. Like, it's not how it works. So, I said, it's just a lake with great genetics. I was like, but the other thing with those fish of that size and those big females, I said, I go fish for them. Like, and going back to, talking about confidence, like fishing wise, like I'm cool. Like there's days down there that if you can't fish, I say, you want to catch some fish or you want to catch some big ones? And like when I said that, you'd be like, what? Because like a lot of times we go fish for them big ones, might only get 2 or 3 bites, might only get 1 bite. Like a lot of the days a lot of the days, like in August and stuff, I've caught 10-pounders on. I might only got 1 or 2 bites, like in the 4 hours of doing it.
Right. But and it's just 10-pounder.
Right. It's the stuff we're fishing, isolated structure, and it's just a way to catch a giant. Like, I mean, those fish are old and getting on the bite. Like, I know what they get on, but getting on the bite. But I tell people, I said, to go catch those fish, man, you got to do that. Like, that's why you don't really see that many 10-pounders getting weighed in tournaments. A lot of times when they do get caught, people are doing stuff to catch them. Like, them real big fish don't get on the same stuff as normal fish.
Right.
Not usually. Not usually, man.
They done seen it by then.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they're
Right. Well, I
old.
mean, that's what I tell people. I said, if a fish is 10 pounds, man, odds are, like, there was a biologist that guesstimated that 12-pounder I caught at Raven said she was probably 18 to 20 years old.
Wow.
Like, that fish has seen some stuff.
That's right.
I mean, like, and then she don't fall for I caught her on a 10XD, but she probably done seen 5,000 of them, and she ate mine. But
right.
Well, you know, crazy thing about that fish, it actually had like a big scar and like a mark in the top of its lip, like in the top of her head, like on the inside of her mouth, where somebody had hooked her and broke her off before.
It's a scarfish.
The Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told Chess, I was like, so that was one that somebody hooked and she broke him off in a brush pile somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching. I do a lot of social media searching because I'm always looking for stuff, you know, for the show and just for our social media stuff. But people pulling and weighted jig heads and stuff out of basses like poop hole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, how in the world would somebody do this? I mean, you know, there's a lot of reasons that a fish could have that in its system.
Right.
It's not just negligence on an angler.
Right.
So
that is that's one thing I do tell people. Try not to, anybody listening, try not to throw your line like after you spool your line, or like re-spool it or unspool it, whatever you're doing. You got a big handful of line.
Yeah, please.
That and soft plastics. Please try not to throw them in the water. Like those bass, man, they're so smart, but they're so stupid at the same time. They will go up to that. They will go up to that big ball of trash, and whenever they stare at it for 15 minutes and it ain't moved, they about to knock the piss out of it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I mean, they go by and they see your brush hog sitting there like half cocked up, like it's laying on Myrtle Beach or something, and they've been staring at it for 10 minutes. They about to bust it.
Like, get out of my face.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But I mean, like, I see it all the time on Facebook. Somebody new, like, cleaning a fish, and they're like, oh, and it'll have like 4 flukes, 2 brush hogs, a big worm, a trick worm, and a Cinco. Like, Rayburn's bad about Cinco. You'll see people clean fish, and they'll have 50 Cincos in them.
Really?
But it's just from everybody over there fishing, and they catch one on their Cinco in the spring, and they just throw it in the water.
Right. Yeah.
Or it comes off, and like, Rayburn's got some fish in it, man. Those fish are steadily pulling in there to spawn, like, by the day. And I mean, those fish come in and see those Cincos, man. They just eat them, but they're not on a hook or nothing, so they just digest them. And
I do think that's one thing that, like, just across the kayak community, you know, we try to leave a place better than we found it.
Exactly.
So, you know, at the end of the day, I got a pile of trash inside my kayak, baits that I've wore through, and line maybe that I, you know, snipped off to tie something else on or whatever. So if I see trash, I'll grab my net and I'll net it and I'll put it in my kayak and I'll throw it away when I get out. You know, it's just like, why not? If it's floating right by me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I never, you know, let's say I catch a fish and it rips my swim bait in half.
Right.
You know, I don't take that swim bait and throw it in the water because it's now done. You can't fish with it anymore. I put it in my kayak, and then I'll take it and throw it in the trash later. So
I think the line in the water is kind of a big deal for your boaters too, though.
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
it get hung up in your prop a lot?
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, but man, it's been so bad this year because so many people were crappie fishing during like the quarantine. Yeah. Like, and they were crappie fishing offshore, like on Caney in particular. Man, you'll be out there fishing, like, just next thing you know, you're hung up. And it's like, what in the world? But you're sitting there moving it, and it's somebody's freaking crappie line that's up in a tree. And, like, it's so aggravating.
I've caught fishing rods, and I've caught other people's lines and trot lines and all kinds of stuff fishing, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, so last year, I had a guide, and I had it was an old Falcon Cara. It was an old one, though. It was one I had from years ago. But I had a brand new Shimano Stratic on it. Like, you know, brand new $250 reel on a old $300 rod. Anyway, I'm doing this guide this morning. I got this, like, it was like a 15. I pulled up just as one little place, and he just starts whacking them. And they're all like 4 4 and a half pounds, and he's just blitzing them. And I'm like, golly, well, he's freaking out. Well, he finally sets the hook on one. It's like a 6. And I'm like, oh, God. So, I'm getting ready to get up there and grab it. Well, he's running all over the boat. Well, anyway, he kicks my rod out.
Oh, no.
That spinning rod. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm like,
You better
so
get
I
in the water,
weight
son.
point,
Right.
it's down there. And I just bought that reel. I mean, I got 5 or 6 of them. But
You're going swimming,
I was
kid.
like, golly. Yeah, so I dropped the waypoint where we were, and I mean, I'm trying to like find it, but it's like 8 foot of water out there. Well, anyway, I forgot about it. And anyway, like it wasn't shit. 6 months later, my buddy's like, we were at his house and everything else. He goes, yeah. I was like, what rod's that over in the corner? He goes, oh, I ever tell you about that? And I was like, what? He said, man, I was sitting out there throwing a crankbait. He said, yeah, I caught somebody's rod. He said, man, it's got one of them nice spinning reels on it. I went over, I was damn, he had it. He had it. And I like named out exactly where he caught it.
What
I said,
is
you
the
pulled
chances?
up over on the
Right.
I said, you pulled up over on the edge of that ridge, and I said, you caught it like right where the little drain runs out, didn't you? And he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I said, dude, that's my rod.
Man, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, he still got it, but yeah, I mean, the reel was all locked up. But
I
it
mean,
was
the chance of
underwater.
somebody catching it is slim.
I know.
But somebody
I know. I told him,
you were at his
I told
house
him,
and
I
it was
said,
in the corner.
Right.
oh, yeah. I said, just put it in your shop, man. Put it as decorations.
Right. Well, man,
Mhm.
we don't want to take up all your time tonight, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show and spending time with us and sharing your knowledge and stuff
Most
like
definitely.
that.
Oh, no problem.
I don't know if you see if you got it up on a computer or anything, but I have your social media stuff up here and your email up on here. If anybody's looking for your social media, I got it posted up there so they can go check it out.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, love for love, man. We
Oh,
learn
yeah.
a lot from you guys just watching TV and stuff. So I mean, it's cool just to talk to you.
Absolutely, it really is. And next time you're in North Alabama area, please reach out to us, man. I would love to be able to just hang out.
Shake your hand, man.
Shake your
Sure.
hand. Hang out with you. Maybe grab a beer. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And just it would be really cool for us to be able to hang
Hell
out
yeah.
with you.
Right. Hell, I wish we would have done the show earlier. I've been over in North Alabama like so much over the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just I've had to go for random reasons, and I mean, I went to Gunnersville for a
Yes,
couple
sir.
days and
Right.
was back over there. But yeah, I was actually just telling my girlfriend, I was like, I've been in that part of the world a lot lately.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Well, we're here and we're here every Tuesday, so
Right.
don't be shy.
I hear you.
Please do.
I hear you.
Keep
All
up the
right.
good
Well, yeah,
work, man.
Thank y'all for
I hope
having
you
me.
have good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you too, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Man.
Man, wow. That guy, Hunter Freeman, is awesome.
Hell
He's
yeah.
such a cool dude. You know what I mean?
If you watch he's only got a couple 4 videos on YouTube, but I mean, he does the Instagram and the Facebook and he's got all that stuff going on, but he's just laid back, bro.
Yeah, like us. You know what I mean?
I mean, not
He
like
loves-
me.
Loves to fish.
I'm not laid back. I'm high strung as a motherfucker.
Well, you're laid back right now.
Yeah. I'm drinking.
Exactly. And
Sometimes
sometimes
I
you
mean,
drink,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, that was such a cool. It was just cool. Thanks to Trinity. Man. Yeah. Trinity.
You the man, son.
You are the man, son. Exactly. You are the man. And we apologize for some of the questions that got asked or in the comments that we didn't really get to ask Hunter. Hopefully, later on down the road, we'll be able to do that.
I think we asked most of the questions.
We did. We asked most.
Trinity wanted us to tell the story about the runoff flooding fish, but
We didn't.
trying not to. The man stayed long. What?
45 minutes.
40 minutes longer than he wanted to.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So-
I'm thankful that he stayed.
100%. We both are.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, where the hell is Tagging Tails?
What? Who?
Tagging Tails.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you know exactly who that is. That's our boy from Wisconsin.
Where's he at? I don't know. He's hopefully he's out fishing.
He's probably out there fishing.
Yeah.
So what happened was on that Barbie pole challenge.
What happened was
what had happened was a couple of weeks ago we had a Barbie pole challenge, and Rip Lipsman won that challenge. Now, Tagging Tails decided to send the winner of that Barbie pole challenge a little swag pack.
A little gift bag.
Little gift pack, a little swag pack, you know what I mean? And Rip, we tried to get him on the show tonight, but that dude,
We had that storm front coming in.
he was like
I'm going
Lieutenant
fishing.
Dan.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, show me what you got. I'm
That's
going fishing, son. So he wasn't able to be here, and he asked Jeremy.
He's probably drinking too.
Yeah, he might have a beer in his hand.
He don't drink. He drinks.
Right, he might have a beer in his hand, a little bit.
He got that damn belt that holds 6 beers.
I mean,
Just
hell,
saying,
I'm just saying, he's ready to go, son.
son.
Yeah. So he talked to Jeremy earlier today. He's like, look, dude, I can't be there. I'm going to go out here and be Lieutenant Dan in this storm and try to catch me some damn fish.
That's it.
And I got me a few beers and I'm going to drink them. So if it's all right with
America.
you, America, if it's all right with you, I'm cool with you opening up my swag pack from Tagging Tales.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Open
Without further ado. So I did open it because
you had to see what was in
it
there.
wasn't my box and I just wanted to see what was in it.
Right.
That way I could be super excited about what I pull out in front of y'all.
Yeah, be careful what he pulls out now.
It's the only thing pulling out tonight.
That's right.
We got
What's that?
little digital
Digital
scale. Uh-oh,
That's
froze.
cool. Oh, we're froze. We'll be right back with you. Y'all keep hanging out with us.
Crickets.
I hit the crickets.
Damn it. We
I
got
hit-
the crickets.
I hit the crickets.
All right. So
We're back in here.
Melinda says the on-demand package what?
So you
Has a package to send
as
Rip
well.
as well.
Well, we're gonna have to get Rip on the show, bro.
I mean, Rip might have to be on the show.
We're
We got
gonna
his
have to get
belt.
him. We got his belt. He was cool enough to let us hang on to his belt.
I mean, he's like, yeah, you can display that.
Yeah, because I'm going fishing.
Right.
I
I'm
don't really
surprised
give
he ain't still wearing it, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a digital scale.
Well, that's cool. Hell yeah, sir.
I don't know where
Put
to
it
throw
over
it.
I can put it over here.
I mean, I love digital scales.
Yeah, me too.
And I've gotten away from weighing my fish, but it would be cool, you know, like to have it just right there, you know, and you catch a big one. And you're like, damn, I wonder how much that thing weighs.
right.
Right? Yeah. Oh.
What we got?
Electric fillet knife.
He's like, if you're gonna catch a fish, you're gonna eat
Gonna
that fish,
eat
son.
it, son. We might need to do a
A little
what is it? Fish fry. Yeah, but like catch eat sort of thing.
instead of catch photo release. We do a fish catch.
We
eat.
need to fish catch eat.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
And we could actually. Here's an idea. We go out there and we catch us some fish.
Yeah.
We fillet them,
Uh-huh.
and then we eat them on the show.
That's what I'm saying.
And we talk to the sundress chef.
Or maybe we just do it, you know, we just upload the video.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm in. That Sundress Chef,
Yeah.
by the way. I don't know if y'all remember Sundress Chef, but her seasoning helped me win 2 rib competitions.
Her stuff is legit.
Oh, boo.
If y'all don't know about that, y'all
Oh.
need to go see sundresschef.com.
If you don't think that I'm going to get some use out of those,
What do you got there?
I mean, they're not Venom, but
But that's okay.
little soft plastic frogs.
Oh yeah.
Soft plastic
yeah.
frogs.
Super
yes, sir.
salt.
Yes, sir.
Horny toad.
Horn. I mean,
It's called the horny toad.
it fits Rip pretty well.
Yeah, indeed. Little horny toad.
Yeah. And then what do we got? We got the
Looks like a chatterbait.
yeah, doesn't it have like a special name? I thought the Z-Man chatterbait had like what they call it. Had a special name. I don't know. That's a good color.
Yeah.
I like that dark color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Z-Man.
Pair that with a little Venom trailer, and they might think it's a little bluegill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might go chomp chomp bit bit.
Chompa. Oh shit!
What you got? Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I think this is perfect for the bar here.
Oh yeah.
The last item. I know your stuff is like twist to open, but the old crankbait bottle opener, man.
What's up with that?
Shit.
Man, Tag and Tails hooked Rip up, man.
Rip ain't getting none of this. I'm keeping it.
Yo, if Rip ain't,
He's gonna have to fight me for it.
Rip can't be here.
Jackhammer, that's what it is. Good job, Trinity.
Rip can't be here. He can't have it.
That's right. I mean, if he gave it to me to open, right?
Right.
I feel like possession's 9/10 of the law.
It is 9/10 of the law.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you got it.
I mean, that would make a damn good looking crankbait.
Yeah, it would.
Especially around here.
100%.
Yeah.
I wonder where you got that from.
I like it.
That's cool. You can even put it on your damn
It's a
keychain.
damn keychain.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm ready.
That is too awesome.
Rip can kiss my. He's drinking out of cans anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He don't need
no
no
bottle
bottle.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, we're in unison today.
Here we are. What do you think of that?
That's fantastic.
Tag and Tails. Thank you,
Tag
sir.
and Tails. Bro, up there in Wisconsin, my boy up there, our boy up there in Wisconsin,
Yeah,
is doing some stuff.
he's doing some stuff. He was.
He's jamming.
I was gonna say he was like drunk Chris.
Yeah, he's like a drunk
He's
me.
uploading dance videos
Yeah.
upside down and shit.
Oh yeah.
He was all over it.
Yeah, he's very. Me and him have a lot in common when it comes to getting into some good music and drinking some alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
you got to get them feet loose.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I hurt the next day.
Yeah.
So I call on Trinity and give me some pain relief.
Yeah.
I do. But man, it's a fun night.
I mean,
It sure is a fun night.
we done talk Trinity yet, but let me tell you that monthly thing, the monthly package, like it's like $20 a month or something like that, and it just does it every month,
Right.
automatic, right?
Right.
It just sends it to you every month, and it just takes $20.
Right.
Look, take my money.
Right.
That's the best deal you can get.
100%.
And then guess what? It's already discounted because it's the big jar at a discounted price. And then, I mean, maybe it ain't supposed to, but you could use the discount code on top of it and even get a better price.
100%. I
Huh?
mean, that's a win-win situation.
Yeah. Twisted Hook 15.
Right.
You heard it here.
Right here.
Use
Only
it.
here.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can get
That's
it.
right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
My brother.
Right. I mean, I'm ready to eat some fish.
Me too.
Maybe do some fishing. I'm in.
I mean, let's go.
Yeah.
So what happened last weekend?
Oh. We went fishing.
We did go fishing. We got to do a little bit of recap. Of what
I had
we
to
did
think a
last
little bit.
You had to think a little bit.
You know.
I mean, sometimes you'll have that.
At the end of the day, my old brain, it just gets tired.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do a recap.
We
Boom.
got some recap. Oh, man, that's cool. That's like an evolution of fishing right there.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we start out as fishermen and we just kind of turn into an ape.
So that's reverse evolution.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
That's exactly what that is.
I got you.
Yeah.
So what happened this past weekend? How'd you do, man? We had the NACA, North Alabama Kayak Anglers, the Shoals tournament. It was kind of a big deal for us, I think.
It was a big deal for us.
I think so, man. Because
No, I mean, that's our series. So, I mean, that is our big deal.
right,
You know what I mean?
It was a big deal. I'll tell you from personal experience. Okay, I was gonna say let Jeremy do his thing first.
Whoa. I don't have no thing.
Yeah, you do. You got to let everybody know how you did in that tournament.
I mean, I got 20 inches less than the winner.
It doesn't matter. But how many? No.
I mean,
How many fish did you catch that day?
I mean, let me tell you, it was a good day.
Hell yeah.
It was a good day because I
GUD
caught
day.
fish consistent all day.
Right.
All day.
Yeah.
And it was a good day.
Right.
I didn't care that my biggest fish was 13 and a half inches.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
You caught fish.
I caught fish consistently all day. I figured it out and was able to find them.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's what Jeremy did. Chris didn't do that.
Chris almost whooped my ass.
But Chris was.
You only needed 2 hours to do it.
Chris, talking about me. We're talking about me in the third person here. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris was at what, 10, 11 o'clock? He was like, hey, bro.
You want to buy my kayak for your old lady?
You want to buy my kayak for your old lady? Because I'm fucking done. I was, man. I was done, y'all. I was over it. I was done. I was trying everything I knew, and nothing was working. And I got irritated, and I'm like, screw this, man. And Jeremy's like, nah, man.
Nah, man.
You just need to keep on fishing.
That's it.
Keep on
Just
fishing.
keep on throwing.
And that's what Hunter was talking about earlier. When you guys get out there and you having a bad day and nothing's working for you, just keep on doing what you're doing. Try something different. Make it another, try something else. Don't give up on it.
You're kind of screwing me up right now.
And how's that?
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Try something different.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, you keep on fishing.
Keep fishing.
Keep on fishing. And maybe try something different.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was going.
Chris Marks probably did exactly that, but he did not have a good day. He did not. I mean, he had a great day because he was on the water.
Right.
And he got to probably see other people catch fish. That's almost as enjoyable to me, sometimes even more enjoyable to me than me catching fish.
Indeed.
Depends on who's catching them.
Right. I remember the day that you caught that big one over at UAH Pond. We have that on our little intro thing. I know that this
you can
guy,
see that dumbfounded look on my dumb face.
Hey, that was pure excitement and pure, you were hooked at that point.
I mean, it did, like that feeling of a big fish taking I was like,
it was awesome.
This is great.
Yeah. And I was able to watch that happen. You know what I mean? Because I love my bro. Okay. I love this guy. And for me to be able to see him have that reaction and have that feeling was great for me, bro.
It was a cool day.
It was cool, man. I loved it. I will never forget it as long as I live.
I'll never forget you going half your forearm deep in that fish's mouth to get my buzz bait.
I did. I really did. That fish's mouth.
I swear, I wish I would have had a scale.
Me too.
Because I feel like that's my PB, but I have no idea what it weighs.
Right. If you guys watch our intro video, there's Jeremy in his CVMA t-shirt, standing at UAH Pond. Don't worry about no bald head.
No, ball cap. I said just in a ball cap and just a regular t-shirt. You know what I mean?
My man's over there fishing, and he hooks into this monster, and he reels it in.
Top water, blow up on a double prop buzz bait.
Boom!
I'm talking. It swallowed that damn thing.
It was almost in its belly, and he's like pulling it in, and he's sitting there holding it, and I'm like, man, it swallowed that bait, dude. And he goes, okay. I said, hold on to it. I'll get it out for you. So I reach into there about halfway down my forearm to unhook that thing and pull it out. It was fantastic. I'll never forget it.
It was before I ever knew to measure a fish or weigh a fish or I don't know, but
I think that moment right there in your life is what made you wanted to get here to where we are right now.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
If I hadn't caught that, I mean, probably eventually would have caught a fish that did that.
Right.
But that was the moment.
100%.
That was the moment when it wasn't me taking the kids fishing anymore.
Right.
It was me. I'm going fishing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just happy and proud to be able to.
I mean, that was a cool day.
To be able to share that with you, bro. I really am.
So Chris Marks says, location, location, location.
Yeah.
I mean,
no doubt.
I mean, I'm not. Please don't take it this way. I'm not trying to rub nothing in. But our friend Kyle Anderson, who was on the show, and he was in the same location and smashing fish. He said he caught fish all day and then talked to Chris and him talked on the water. He was telling me the story. Kyle was the other day at work.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, Chris came up talking to me, that some other guy saw me, what I was doing. And then he started doing what I was doing. And then Chris came up, talked to me, and Chris was, saying that he wasn't having.
Oh, Chris McNeil.
Yeah.
Over there at McFarland.
Right.
And I watched Chris McNeil catch 2 fish in like 5 minutes. And they were decent fish. I mean, they were probably keepers or whatever.
I think we saw everybody around us catching fish. Yeah. There must have been 15 people in boats and kayaks fishing around us.
Right. Here's the deal. This to me is the difference in the kayak community. Okay. I paddled up to McNeil and I'm like, damn, bro, you're catching some good fish. I said, what are you catching them on? Share some knowledge with me. He goes, man, I'm catching them on these green pumpkin tubes.
Right.
And it's down on the water right outside the current. And he shared that information with me. You know what I mean? He didn't have to do that, but he did. And he goes, my ultimate goal, what I want is for all of us to have fun and catch fish.
Exactly.
That's the deal.
Exactly.
That's the deal.
That's how this got started.
That's how Twisted Hooks came about.
Yeah.
You know, is
like we're trying to make a community
right
to make everybody better. Not I mean,
just,
it's not us trying to stand up here and say we're better than y'all.
No, we want to learn.
ain't.
We want to learn from
yeah.
y'all.
We're trying to get some knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeremy caught some fish. I caught some fish. I had 2 fish. I caught 2 fish in like 2 hours. Going back to the shoals recap.
Yeah.
I caught a couple fish. I needed a third. And I had 4 opportunities to catch that third. And did not make it happen.
Yeah.
You
know what had happened was.
What had happened?
You got excited because you done caught the 2 good ones.
Yep.
And you're like, wham. And then you start getting a little too quick with it.
Probably did.
Yeah.
That's that whole learning the lessons and having patience.
I get excited.
I mean, I do too.
Yeah.
I get excited about a lot of things. Yeah, we had the Shoals tournament. You came in a good place. I came in
I don't know what place I came in, but
I think
I had a 1/4 inch shy of 40 inches.
Yeah, you were in half.
I mean, I'm in the bottom half as far as angling points go, so it was a big push for me. It was a good push.
Yeah, it was a good
day.
You had a good day.
Absolutely. Good series day.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, what was cool to me is when we're going through the recap of it, this guy wins a door prize.
Well, that's what Chris Marks saying. He said, by the way, old Twisted Hooks racked up on the door prizes.
We kind of did.
We kind of did a full sweep.
I
mean, you, me, Kyle, we all got something. How did that happen? I don't know.
I mean, hey.
Thank God, because I didn't win anything catching fish, but it was a good day.
I didn't either.
It was a good day.
But he won a swag pack from the Kayak store.
Tony Dean out
there in Decatur. Yeah.
Hartzell,
my bad. I got my directions mixed up.
Yep.
That's the Yingling talking. Kyle was able to win him a Leafing Creek.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it was Compass 360 or
I think it was
Leafing Creek. Yeah.
$75 gift card. And my boy right here won him another rod.
Another rod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was about to crawl out of my skin.
Yeah.
Man. I really was, man.
That's good shit.
It is. It's really good shit. And so I'm gonna holler at Nate tomorrow. Maybe go after work. Go get it after work.
Yeah,
and
he got Tony Dean and me hooked up, so I'm good to go hook up with him whenever.
Yeah. Guess what, bro? It's not a bait caster. It's a spinning rod.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I didn't break one of your rods this time. That way I don't have to give this one to you.
I'm glad you didn't either.
Yeah, me too. And I thought I was going to do that there for a second. When we got to Hollow, Happy Hollow or Happy, I slid straight down.
Yeah.
That ramp was so slick. We backed the boats in or the kayaks in, and Jeremy was driving.
Yep.
We're kind of backing them in. I go walking down this ramp and I slide about 4
He's just standing.
I'm standing.
He's not moving. But he's moving.
Yeah. I'm like this. And I slam into the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this thing's so slick. And the dude that owns this place, he goes, you got to be careful out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I see that now.
Right.
You know?
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for the warning. Yeah.
Dude, last week smashed his head on the ramp. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You could have told me that before I walked in the water.
Walked in the freaking water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was funny. He was a good guy.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
So push the kayaks off, and here goes Jeremy's kayak trailing over towards the dock. And I'm like, no, he's got all his rods kind of sticking out the back. And I'm like, I've already done this once. I cannot do this again.
It was no big deal.
I could not do this again.
It was doing this thing. It was just chilling.
It was kind of just, flipping over there. And I'm like,
that's not how stuff breaks.
Well, hey, the boy over there that was working it, he was like,
you need a hand?
Throw me the rope. And I'm like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to just stand up right now. That's all I'm trying to do. I've got my phone in my pocket, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm just going to fall in the water, and it's going to be over.
Yeah.
But I never did. That was cool. They helped us out. Didn't break one of your rods this time, man. And we had a good day. We come out there. We were coming out into the mouth of it, and we goes, there's fish in them trees over there, son.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't.
There wasn't that time.
Last time we were at Happy Hollow, I was like, look, the water's up. It's in the trees. They're going to be fishing them trees.
Right. Not this time.
I mean, no.
No.
We made a liar out of me.
We had to go down to a different spot. Well, we caught him, bro.
We did.
We caught him.
So Chris Mark says that Dugout Bait and Tackle was their first time sponsoring an event, right?
That's right.
And they're the ones that sponsored your rod.
That's right.
Jim, the owner, also fished with them.
Really?
Yeah. Now that's cool.
That is cool.
You know?
Absolutely.
Keep it in the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
I do too.
I'll tell you, I think Chris Mark says exactly share the love. You know what I mean? About kayakers talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Lake Weiss was probably I don't think I'll ever forget Lake Weiss. I did not do good at Lake Weiss.
I didn't either.
Right? But I did catch a couple fish.
I did too. Yeah.
And it was all because every kayaker that I passed, and we passed a lot of kayakers.
Right. They all shared their experience.
We talked.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how you doing? Oh, well, I ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? I had a bite on this or that. And I'm like, man, I've thrown this, this, and 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 I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like,
and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to do any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's not about what you're doing right, but what you're doing wrong that helps everybody. Hey, man, don't throw any of this because that is not working.
Yeah, don't throw all that bullshit because that's not working.
I threw rocks at the thing, and then finally it was this simplest, green.
Went back to the basics.
With red flake, creature bait.
Went back to
or
the
Ned
basics.
rig, Ned rig type stuff but it was a creature bait, and that's what I caught my fish on.
Right. Went back to the simplest thing, back to the basics.
Well, that's what they said. This is the only color that I've gotten hit on. Kayaker after kayaker, same color.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's a trend.
Right. And the cool thing about that was, and this is what him and I do, we were out there fishing, and he talks to somebody or I talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And we actually, normally we have little radios that we take with us.
Right.
I don't think we took both of them at that time. So we were texting each other.
Yeah, we were texting.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, bro, this is what people are saying they're getting hit on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just caught a fish on that.
Yeah.
Try this, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I love about the kayak community, man.
Yeah. I don't know if the boat community does the same thing. I don't know. I have limited experience in boats. I do have experience in boat tournaments and doing that stuff, right? But I've never seen it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Bill McDonald kind of talked about how the pros all kind of talk.
They do. They do.
That's a different community, right? That's a very small band of people, and they probably do talk like we talk.
Right. But overall,
I don't think so.
That's probably the whole fishing community. You know what I mean?
I mean, typically, if I'm on one of the people's boats that I'm on, or you're on, right, that we go fishing with, and we do a tournament,
right?
If they're anywhere around another boat and they catch a fish, what do? They try to hide that fish so the other boat don't know they caught a fish, right?
Right.
They try to keep it on the low. They try to make it not look like they're catching a fish.
They're on the DL.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like if I saw a kayaker catch a fish, I'd be like,
go, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Get it. You know what I mean? Like, good job.
Right.
I'm not going to try to slide over into your spot.
No.
I mean, if you leave, I might try to fish it. But, I'm not going to try to steal your shit.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's the difference.
That is a difference for sure. And Mark sees that.
Yeah.
We see it too, man. And that's the love. He said, share the love, right?
Yes, sir. Share the love.
Share the love. Share the knowledge.
He says every day is different. Good to have a partner.
Absolutely.
Even other anglers just wanting to catch and have a good time.
Yeah, it's all about fishing and having fun.
I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do. Just catch a fish, man.
And that's what caught my attention about what Chris McNeil said when I saw him out there at McFarland. He goes, at the end of the day, man, we're all out here trying to catch some fish and have some fun. And that's what I want people to do and see, man.
And that's why he's a board member.
Exactly. He's got that love. He's got that, I want to share. If I catch a fish, I want you to catch a fish.
Our favorite self. He's all about sharing knowledge.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that boy, he's like,
but he's on fish.
He's on fish, and he don't care to tell you what he's catching fish on.
He ain't gonna tell you where, but he'll tell you what.
Right. Hey, I'm catching on this swim bait, but go out there and try your spots.
Exactly.
Jeremy Self is one cool dude, man.
He is a cool cat.
He really is. Absolutely. So, want to say congrats to the winners, Mr. Peacock.
Yeah. Had a great day, man.
First place.
Smashed them.
And
Big bass. That's right.
That dude took on almost $1,000. So you don't think you can catch? You don't think if you go out there and catch the fish and have a good day doing the NACA tournament, and you don't think you can catch some? You get some money,
right?
This dude took almost $1,000 home, dude.
So here's the deal: the whole fucking COVID thing going on, and people being scared about whatever. I mean, I don't know what you're scared about sitting on a kayak by yourself
out in the middle of water,
but the more of us we get out there, the bigger the purse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If we would have had
math,
double, right? If we would have had double those, we had 60. Marks, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we had over 60 anglers.
It was somewhere right around 50 or 60. Yeah.
I think it was 60.
I was surprised because a couple days before the end of registration, it was only like 38, and I was like, "Damn,
yeah,
that's nothing."
Yeah. Well, hey, I was one of those late entries.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we would have had 120 anglers out there, that purse would have been $2,000.
Right.
You know.
So I mean, you know, you get it like NACA Open. Years past has been like anglers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's when things get interesting.
Absolutely.
Talk about some competition. You know what I mean? It's competition if it's just me and Chris.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
60 anglers.
Yeah, it was around 60.
$35 investment.
$35 investment.
What's up, Ma?
Got that dude almost $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, but he was on them.
He was on them. He was on them quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were in the spots, both spots that like the guys that were at the top of the leaderboard were fishing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those guys, man, they were like, I don't know. We went to our second spot, and they're, you know, we met some kayakers that had the kayak store all over the back of their vehicles and stuff like that.
That was a funny story.
And I was like, man, did you save any for us? You know, and he's like, shit, there ain't nothing back there but a bunch of dinks. And at that point, I was like, look, I'll take them.
Right.
I need a limit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I only had one that counted.
Right. The funny thing is, for me, is that there's nothing back there but a bunch of dinks. So Jeremy and I go back into this little spot.
How many damn fish between the two of us did we catch?
A bunch.
A bunch.
A bunch. And that's where I caught the 2 fish. I caught
your 2 fish almost beat my 3 fish. Those aren't dinks.
No, I had a 17.5-inch fish and a 16 3/4-inch fish out of this little supposedly dink area. Right. We you know what? I got back there and I was frustrated. Okay.
But I told you there's fish here.
There is fish here.
There's a lot of fish here.
And I trusted my brother. Okay. And I'm sitting out there and I'm going, I've tried things and nothing's working. And I'm going, what in the hell do I need to throw? And I heard a bullfrog go, right.
Get it?
Yeah, I heard him again. He goes, right. And I said,
he said, throw a frog.
I'm like, they're telling me what they want to eat.
Chris Marks, any on a frog? That's his question. Guess what?
Guess what? I put on a frog, the little hot foot ribbit frog.
Yeah.
And I started throwing up in that deep, heavy grass. Okay. And I started pulling through. And when I would get to the end of that grass and come out into the water, that fish would come out and grab that frog.
That's it. And that's what I told you, man. Like I was throwing little buzztail shad, actually. This
little
guy.
Venom guy?
Yeah. But I was throwing it weightless, weedless, and top water.
Yeah, me
top
too.
water.
Yeah.
Like I was throwing deep into the grass.
Right.
And obviously it's light, right? So it's not getting down to all the spots.
Right.
But that's where, you know, casting comes into play,
Agreed.
right? You got to cast well.
Right.
But I was picking my spots and I was getting in the grass and I was getting action in the water. And as I pulled it, I was moving grass out of the way.
Right.
And all day, man, I would pull it and then I'd see grass move behind it.
Right.
Guess what?
There's fish there.
I'm going, hold on.
Right.
It's a little guy, but you know what, man?
It's
I'm still excited. I can give a shit.
Right.
We figured it out and I don't care if I caught 100 13-inch fish. That's a great day.
Great day.
Yeah.
100%. It was a great day. I felt it was awesome. We've kind of figured out their pattern. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really awesome. So we got a next segment.
We got somebody on YouTube trying to talk shit, but
What are they saying?
oh, he asked if we're married or just boyfriends. And I said, you're my heterosexual life mate.
We're boyfriends.
Yeah.
What the fuck difference does it make?
Best friends.
Best friends.
Yeah.
We got a bromance going on.
That's it. You can't fuck with this bromance.
You can't. So you can.
Chris Mark says he couldn't find he couldn't find grass. That spot, that is something that Kyle had said. Like it was some ledges and some drop offs and stuff like that. But there wasn't a whole lot of grass. The areas they were fishing.
Yeah.
And the areas we were fishing,
it was heavy.
There were drop offs, but I wasn't marking a whole lot of fish there.
No.
You know what I mean? And once like it never, the sun never came out. Thank God.
No.
Right.
No,
it would have been
fucked up.
Absolutely miserable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
It started getting hot around 2:30.
But it was still hot. And
Yeah.
they pushed into the grass.
Right.
Right. And
They went to cool
That's
off.
where they're at.
So yeah, we started fishing heavy grass and bam.
Yeah.
They were there.
I feel like recap is finished.
I agree. We're going to move into the
Chris Marks, keep your head up, son. Let's go fishing
right
and catch you something and get you back in it.
Mr. Marks.
I know a little pond that you can throw a frog and you will get bit.
Mr. Marks.
Come on with me.
You said that you were going to come on the show around frog season. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, we're stacking. We are booked out until the end of July. Oh, we're frozen.
Oh, we'll get back with
But we're
you.
booked out till the end of July.
We are booked out with guests on the show to the end of July. So, Mr. Marks, we want you to be on our show. We've been talking about that for several weeks now.
Oh, yeah.
So please let us know when you were able to get here. We're going to have to start booking August at this point. You know what I mean?
Or he can just be a third on the show while we interview some other folks.
Yeah.
I mean, I am sure Chris has good questions because he's always commenting, right? So
yeah,
I feel like he'd be a good interviewer as well.
So I mean, if you can make it in, with in that July tournament or that July
time frame, August. Hit us up, man. We gotta get on the calendar because we're booking up. I'm working my ass off, and we are booked up to the end of July right now.
We're filling it up, man. So you're able, if you want to, you can come on the show and be kind of a third, or you can have your own little segment, however you'd like to do it. Just let us know.
That's what we need.
What's that?
We need the old top water segment from Chris Marks.
We do. We really do. Hey, Chris, can we kind of schedule
frogging with Chris?
Frogging with Chris Marks. I like it. Can we do that around the 1st of August? Let us know, Chris.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man.
It would be cool.
It'd really be cool.
I mean, we ain't saying you probably don't want to talk to us every week, but you're on here every week, which is awesome.
We love that, man. We love that you're interacting with us every single week. We appreciate it, man. We really, really do.
And for all you that are just sitting out there like, kayak series, blah, blah, blah. They don't, not big into fishing, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what people think because I don't think like other people. But he's a board member and he's here every week.
Right.
And he's talking fishing.
Right.
He's talking kayaks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
He says, we'll go before show. Maybe the pads will show up soon. But yeah, I'm coming.
That's awesome.
He's looking for the lily pads.
He wants the lily pads.
He wants the I mean,
it
ain't gonna be long, and Gunnersville's gonna be full of them.
He's looking at August. Yeah, we're looking at August, and that's cool. Just let us know. I know everybody's got their little schedule.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Everybody's got their personal life. So
we just love throwing love to NACA because we love NACA.
We
man.
do love NACA.
Hell, you're on here, so why not?
And we love it, man. So let's get into the Venom Tackle Highlight of the week, bro.
What do we got?
We got the Slim 6 Worm 6-inch.
Hold on, I gotta share my screen. Hold on, boys. I'm gonna do this.
We got some major changes.
Chrome tab. There we go. Boom.
Boom. Pow.
Bam.
There it is.
What's that?
That is the Slim 6 Worm 6-inch from Venom. It's a watermelon red color. It's got a bunch of other colors that you can choose from with it. The cool thing about this guy is that it's got that buzz tail.
That's right. The thing that I caught all my fish on. I mean, I caught the buzztail shad. This is a worm.
Right.
Lots of other applications. You know, they work in different situations. I do feel like something like this would have went through the weeds better than my buzztail shad, right? It's a little bit thicker profile, a little harder to pull through the grass. So that's why this thing got chosen for the Venom Tackle Highlight of the Week, because I do feel like this would have done better and I would have caught more fish. But as Chris O'Neill pointed out, a watermelon with either red or gold flake, that's what they were hitting. That's what they're hitting. Look, here's all your colors. Okay. And if you're look at the price. Okay. That's not a pack of 50. Okay. It's 24 bucks. You know, 50 cents a bait. Trust me, get the pack of 50 because you're going to go through them. This was a pack of 50. Oh, I better go back. Better go back to my screen. This was a pack of 50. See how low that is. But over the last 3.5, 4 weeks, that is what I have caught everything on. That buzztail shad, green with gold flake. It's the green gold shiner. I love it. This has almost become my favorite bait. That little buzztail, it's almost better than a paddle tail when it comes to top water. And it's light and you can do it weedless. And because it's so light, you can work it extremely slow. And that buzztail just kicks up water, especially in the grass. You barely have to touch it. That buzztail catches water and it pulls it up. And man, it was working. It was working. I was super happy with it. If we didn't say it before, we'll say it again. Or we'll say it now. Venom Tackle. We do have a specific discount code just from us. It is Get Twisted. Huh? Oh. It is Get Twisted, all caps. 10% off any order. So we talked about the worm. We talked about the buzztail shad and how they're so similar. And we talked about our code.
That's awesome. Y'all,
Yeah,
I apologize. I had to go take a bathroom break.
It happens.
You know, sometimes you'll have that.
I feel like this stuff is almost frozen.
We're good.
No, the comment thing is like stuck.
Anyways,
is there a NACA membership fee? I mean,
no.
Yes. You got to come over here, give us a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'll hook
six-pack
you
of
up
Yingling.
with Chris Marks.
Yeah. Or Chris McNeil or Nate Mayfield.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll get you set up. But to be real,
no.
There's no NACA fee.
Nope.
Anybody can go fish a tournament.
That's right.
As long as you follow the rules. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? When it comes to kayak fishing, they got the most fair rules that I've seen. All the different series, they're similar rules, but you know that putting the hand on the fish and doing all that kind of stuff,
that's all bullshit, man.
Like it just introduces ways to cheat.
It does. It really does. If you're able to put your hand on the fish,
yeah.
If you put that weight on the fish, that's going to flex your board.
That's it.
And then the fish, not only are you hurting the fish,
exactly.
First off, all right. So you're flexing your board and trying to make your fish longer to try to be, I don't know. To me, that's cheating, bro.
If you're trying to push on the fish to flatten it out to make it longer, that's cheating.
That's cheating.
I mean, there's no gray area there.
No, it's black and white. It's black as it can.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah. So I love the fact
I didn't even throw this up here while we was talking about Venom.
Well, there it is.
Damn. There it is. Venom
DK, how you doing, man?
If you go to Venom and you check out their DK rig, it is a weedless Ned rig, which Ryan was all curious about. He says he's gonna have to get us to teach him how to do a Ned rig. It's pretty easy.
I mean, you fish
But
it just like you do about anything
DK
else.
is for Dustin Kearns.
That's right.
The guy who bought Venom and is like revolutionizing it. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're getting big. They're coming up, man.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's right.
So we're kind of going to go back to the basics.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
I think all right, boys.
That's all good.
We're still live, but look, yeah, see, the comment section was not moving. It was froze.
Oh.
Sorry about that. We're back.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Sometimes Ryan's got a question. Oh, wait.
What's he got?
Chris is... We missed all kinds of stuff.
Man, we apologize, guys.
So Chris Mark says that there's about a 30-second delay. Yeah, there is a delay between us talking and you hearing and then you replying. So yeah. It's no big deal.
That happens.
Chris Marks did point out there is not a membership fee, but you are required to buy a $3 sticker.
The NACA bump sticker.
The bump sticker for your bump board, which has to be either a hog trough or a catch board.
Okay. So yeah, you got a $3 fee.
I mean, it's not really a membership fee, it's just a requirement.
Yeah.
And if you can't spend $3,
go buy a Coke.
We don't want to fish with you.
I mean, go buy a Coke at a store. That's $3. You know what I mean? If you're going fishing and you only spend $3, you're winning. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're winning.
Chris Marks, I got an order from Tackle Warehouse right now on its way, full of topwater hollow frogs.
I love those, man.
Topwater.
I've got a few.
The hollow. I tried to get the Terminator ones that the dude was using because I've never used that particular brand.
Yeah.
But it looked good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I got some toads on the way,
dude,
son.
I love the ribbit hollow body frog. I absolutely love it.
Ryan asks, bros.
What apostrophe is?
Yeah. What's your go-to bait top 5?
Go-to bait top 5.
What's your top 5 baits?
What time of year are we fishing?
Now.
Right now. In the summer.
Right now.
I got trick worm. I got swim bait. I got topwater frog. Everything is weightless right now because I'm fishing shallow.
We're in the grass.
Yeah,
we're in the stuff.
We're in the shit.
Yeah.
As they used to say. And I've got a trick worm, and I'm going to bait that 2 ways. So I'm going to use it too. I'm going to use it regular, and I'm going to wacky rig it. Okay, so there's 2. Then I've got swim bait, about a 4.5-inch swim bait. Again, weightless, weedless. I got a frog, weedless. And then after that, what's that, 4 now? I need 1 more. Regular worm, like a Senko.
Senko.
Yep.
What? How? Carolina rig, Texas rig, wacky rig.
Both. I'm gonna do wacky rig on the Senko.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna do Texas rig.
Yep. That's how you get it through the grass.
Right. Exactly. What about you, bro?
All right. Top 5 right now. 100%. I have a frog.
Frog's the deal.
On my frog and rod.
Frog's the deal.
I have a 7'11", massive, heavy, like super heavy, with the winch on it to pull them bitches out of that grass.
60-pound braid.
I'm talking. It is a frog and rod.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What you got?
I don't know. Got updates from Twisted Hook's race team.
Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys know or not, but our boy up in Iowa.
He got second. Look.
Rob Moore.
2 weeks in a row, he won. Today, he got second. Guess who's in the lead?
On points.
For points on the Tuesday night series that he does.
Rob motherfucking Moore.
Twisted Hooks fishing race car, son.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit. I mean, that's just cool shit.
It is cool. I love it.
I do too.
I love it.
I do too.
So-
Rob Moore, you're the motherfucking man.
What were we talking about?
We were talking
Top 5
about
baits.
Top 5 baits. You still got 3 more to go.
I thought I had 4 more. I only said
Oh,
a frog, didn't I?
You did. Yeah, you got 4 more. Correct.
Math, son.
I'm not good at it. They told us our ABCs
Frog.
now.
So my frogging rod right now I have tied on the Venom Lures buzz bait, buzzing frog. That's probably the wrong name. I don't remember what the hell the name of it is. It's a damn frog, a buzz bait frog from Venom.
Right.
Okay. The buzz bait, I got it, clicking just right. They got a nice line of soft plastic frogs that go right on it with a trailer, and it's got the right weight. Like it skips just right, and it don't get hung up. So I'm happy with it.
That's what's up.
Second, hollow or hollow body swim bait, weedless.
Agreed.
One of the two. Like that's my second rod out of 5 rod. Like I'm gonna throw 2 frogs. I'm throwing 2 different top baits.
Right.
Right. Now that one's a little more finesse.
Oh yeah.
If it's a frog, it's whatever. I'm gonna throw it on that finesse line. But typically, if I don't get the frog right away, I'm throwing a swim bait.
Right.
Or this buzztail shad, because that's what I have replaced my swim baits with. That's what I've been catching fish on.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I love this thing. I love this. Like I said, that was a package of 50.
Right.
I had a package of 8 before this 50.
Right.
And that's all that's left out of the 50.
Right. You got about 20.
I'm ordering. Look, I got a cart full of Venom stuff right now on my phone. And I'm about to order it, but it has another pack of 50 of those.
Right.
I love them.
Right.
That's 2, right?
2. Yep.
3. Small to medium size square bill crankbait. Shallow dive. I want it close to the surface.
Yeah, you can't fish that in grass now.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I want it close to the surface. I want it super shallow.
Right.
But they do make some big body ones that are still
Very
super shallow. Yeah. I want it close. I want it to make like wakes. I want it close to the top.
Right.
And I don't care what depth I'm fishing in. I'm throwing that over. That's what I caught that smallie on last weekend.
Right.
Okay. We were sitting in 18 feet.
Right.
And this thing is a 3-foot diver.
Right.
But I was throwing it in the right area. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was only, I don't know what the hell. It's the Strike King, and it's only about that big.
Little bitty guy.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was looking for, I knew the fish were there. I was looking to see what they wanted to hit. And I tried a couple different things. And then I tried that crankbait, and they hit it.
Right.
And then I got I don't know,
18-inch
striper.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was fun, but it didn't count.
Right.
All right. So that's number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Small crankbait. All right. I'm going to have a worm, weightless worm, whether it's Texas rig or wacky rig. That's how I'm throwing it. And it's, look, I know everybody loves Senko and whatever.
They work, bro.
But I like the trick worm. I like that air in the tail.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because as it's falling, that trick worm tail tends to float a little more.
It's wiggling.
Yeah, and it's just getting action, man. And
It
that's right now, I would say the bigger the worm, the better.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
I'm not big for big baits.
I've got a whole little box full of nothing but trick worms.
Yeah.
I
mean, you
love
gotta
the trick
have.
worm.
You gotta
I love
have.
the trick
I mean, look, fish are gonna eat a worm.
100%.
As long as you're doing it right, fish are gonna eat a worm.
Right.
So, yeah, right color, doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and most time, as this time of year, I hardly ever, which is horrible because it catches fish. I hardly ever do wacky rig just because I don't like cleaning off my hook, and it's lazy. But
well, I mean,
it catches fish.
For me, if you're gonna do a wacky rig, you need a little small circle hook, like a number 2 eagle claw or something like that. Little small hook.
Tiny hook.
Little bitty hook. Okay. And then you wacky rig it.
Right.
So you can't go out there with 3/0, 4/0, extra wide gap, Gamakatsu style hook and wacky rig it. That's not going to work. Okay. For me, it doesn't work.
Right.
You need that little bitty small hook.
So one thing that I do that I don't know if a lot of people do, but I do find that works really well.
What's that?
Look, you take that same hook that you use for a wacky rig,
Okay.
and you just loop it through the front of the worm,
Right.
like you kind of would a live bait.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I follow. I'm tracking.
Crazy action.
Crazy action.
Crazy action because you don't have that 3-4-aught hook
Big old hook.
going into the worm and kind of messing up its action. It moves around on the curved surface of that hook.
Agreed.
So I love that more than wacky in the grass.
Yeah.
Because I get so much grass on, and you can throw a weedless wacky. Tell me how often that works. Okay. Like you're gonna get hung in the grass the same with the little piece of wires over the thing as you would if you didn't have them at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
Right.
I mean, somebody can call me out, but like every time I throw it, it's the same. It don't matter if it's weedless or not. Okay. That style hook with the little wires, it doesn't do shit for me.
No.
So I'd rather not have it because it's just in the way.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you hook it through the very tip of the worm, some crazy, and it's able to go through the grass a little better.
Yeah.
Now look, I'll take getting grass on my hook if it's going to get me a fish.
Agreed. Yeah. I'll do what I need to do.
If 3 out of 5 I foul with some grass and I got to clean it off, okay. If that's what the fish want, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right.
Chris Marks says, what?
What'd he say?
Jeremy Self, are you with me? Seats for 4. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I got to go up. Oh. He says, did we just become best friends? Movie quote, Talladega Nights but for real.
That's Step Brothers, bro.
Yeah. That is Step Brothers. That's not
Talladega Nights. That's Step Brothers. Because that was our ringtone.
Yeah. That was
for each other.
Yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that is very much Step Brothers. But anyway.
But he says, hold on order if fish in Gunnersville, snag proof, which I did look at while I was making my order, and Spro, which I did order, are money.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just put the money sign. I agree. I've got a ton of frogs on the way. But yeah, he says, we'll talk about it soon. With guest or not, we will talk. Marks. Am I up to 5? I think I've been talking too long.
Well, you're up to 4. You got one more.
One more.
One more, bro. Just one more.
Let me think about what I got tied on right now.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
You know what?
What's that?
I'll tell you what I've never been a fan of. And because of that whole Burnt Knuckles episode,
Yeah.
I have bought and started fishing
What's that?
tubes.
Agreed.
Tubes.
Yo, that's what McNeil was telling me.
That's
man.
what I'm telling you. And like I always like everything I'd ever seen, everything I ever read, like that was a big like smallmouth thing. Like,
Agreed.
right?
Yeah.
Guess what? Largemouth love them too.
They like it too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've started fishing tubes and I have been catching fish.
I'd never thought.
I fill that some bitch full of venom juice.
Right. I never thought
This shit.
I never thought that
Venom's grabs, saying
Yeah. I never thought that
tubes, man.
tubes would be catching largemouth.
Look, here's why I hated tubes for so long and never did it. It's because I wasn't smart enough to figure out how to do it weedless like old DK and Burnt Knuckles showed us to do.
Right.
They showed me that and I was sold.
I'm in.
You make a tube weedless, I'm in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's my 5. Right now, that's my 5. I mean, Ned Rig it's not in my top 5. If I'm having a hard day, I'll tie on a Ned Rig. And it's typically not even the worm style Ned Rig. I'm gonna throw a better beaver from Venom. I don't even know where it's at. I don't have it up here.
We do.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
throw the better beaver on there because that thing has gotten me fish. I have confidence in it. The worm, yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean? But like, I'm looking for action.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He did. Chris Mark says Ned ? And then he says ha, and then he says tubes are great for smallmouth. So
they're
look,
also
that's
great
a thing,
for
right?
largemouth.
But that is the thing.
That's
like I'm not just imagining it.
No,
it's a thing, right?
I
Like
watched
smallmouth like sort of rig.
They do, but largemouth will. You can catch largemouth on them too. I watched Chris McNeil catch 2 decent fish right outside the current. Bam to bam. 2 of them largemouth back to back in like 5 minutes on the tube, man.
Yeah.
He was on the tube,
and I think I have the exact same color that he was throwing.
You do?
Yeah.
I wish I'd have found that Saturday.
I told you I had them.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that was that color.
I mean
he goes.
Chris says he's throwing this and this, and I say, yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I'm throwing this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I should have paddled my ass all the way over to where you were at and put one of them damn things on.
I got the juice.
You got the. Who got the hooch? Baby.
Yeah.
Shannon McWalls does that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Shannon Michelle Walls.
She was on
a
little while ago. I don't know if she's still on.
She's not anymore.
I mean, I don't know. All right. What else you got, bro? What else you got? What's next on the blotter over there?
Back to the basics.
What do we got?
We're gonna kind of.
We got a demonstration.
We got a demo for y'all.
Okay.
This is kind of back to. We're gonna kind of make this fun. Ow! What are you hitting me for?
I mean, it's a whipping stick.
It is a whipping stick. So we're going to kind of make this a little bit of fun. We're going to get away from all the like this and that and that and this or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going to say
simple.
The
basics.
How to cast with a 2-foot Barbie pole.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
I'm glad I'm wearing a hat.
Sorry, bro.
Otherwise, that would have hit me in the face.
How to cast with any rod. Okay, we're just using a Barbie rod because
he can hit me with it.
Because I can use it right here and not hit the ceiling. Because I can show you on camera and not hit the ceiling.
Or he can hit me with it. I mean, it's either or.
Or I can hit Chris with it. Let us know in the comments. Do you want me to show you how to do it, or you want me to whip Chris's ass?
Just hit me, man. I mean, I probably deserve it. I probably deserve it.
No, I'm throwing stuff around. I'm messing up the thing. Look, I'm just trying to get to where we can still read this and it's not in the way. Just hey, catch some relief.
Catch some relief.
We talked about them enough. You're in the way now. Okay.
So here comes the whipping stick. No, I'm just kidding. What? Just kidding.
So, how do you properly cast a rod? Huh? How you do it?
How do I do it?
Yeah, how you do it?
How you do it?
How you do it?
It depends on how I'm casting and what I'm trying to cast.
Okay, look, we ain't talking about flipping and pitching and sidearm and casting a rod. Cast a rod. You're trying to get this bait, and we're trying to get it as far the fuck out there as we can.
All right.
Yeah.
All
how
right.
you do it?
How do I do it? All right. There's a couple videos out there. There's this one dude that flips it around.
Hey,
and kind of
shh. That's a secret.
Yeah. That's the.
You gotta know the handshake for that shit.
That's Rip's secret.
Yeah, you gotta know the handshake.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
I do know. I know Rip.
Look,
I know Rip pretty well.
What about the guy that Scott?
Yeah.
Is this how you cast?
See, that's wrong.
Why?
Because you're not using your wrist. You're
what? I'm trying to muscle that some bitch out there.
Yeah, but
Why?
You got to have that wrist action.
I mean, that's what the old lady's good at.
Well, that's what you should be good at.
I mean, I'm really good at it.
You got to have that wrist action.
He says it puts the lotion on the skin.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or else it gets the hose again.
It gets a hose again. It's the pole again.
Look. No bullshit. Every rod out there.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Except this one. Okay? You're going to hold it with whatever your primary hand is.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to flip it.
That's the pivot hand.
Right. You got to flip it.
Yeah.
You got to.
Guess what? You have two hands for a reason. God gave you two hands. Use them. Okay? The other hand goes as far down on the rod as you can get. Okay? And all you're going to do, look, I ain't doing none of this. I'm a big, strong guy. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's not about strength. It's about technique. It's like jujitsu. Okay? Grab the bottom of the rod and just, you're going to pull with your non-dominant hand as you flick with your dominant hand. That's all it is. Boom. Look, you just cast forever. Any rod. It doesn't matter. Now, that might not work as well with a bait caster. You kind of got to sweep into it, otherwise you backlash. And using a bait caster is not, easy on a kayak, but it is doable. I do it all the time. I have learned to do it. I have made myself learn. Okay? But if you're using a spinning rod, you're going to get that bottom hand on there and you're going to flick.
You're going to do what?
What?
What? Wake up, son.
Watch it. Pow! Yeah. Okay? I don't need to use no stupid arm movement.
No,
I don't
it
need
ain't
to.
gotta be
I don't
all
need to
this.
throw all. Yeah. No.
You ain't got to have all that.
It does. Look, I can teach my 11-year-old to cast as far as I can.
Flick it. Flick. No. That's
Yeah,
not.
we ain't flicking the bean right now. Chris Mark says, "Caution, don't whip." Not on a bait caster.
Not on a
if
bait
you
caster.
use a spinning reel, whip it, son.
Right.
Whip it good.
Whip it good. No.
Yeah. Look, bait caster's a whole nother story. This is a spinning reel rod, and we talking spinning reels.
I love spinning reels.
I love spinning reels too.
I'm not a bait
You
caster
get all them
guy.
bait caster guys telling you, "Hey, you
Not a
fucking
bait
spinning
caster
reel."
guy.
Look, I can
At
catch
all.
fish all day long on a spinning rod, same as I can on a bait caster.
115 motherfucking
Uh-oh.
percent.
Froze.
115%, man. You can catch as many fish just on a spinning reel as you can on a bait caster.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Okay, you got to learn how to flick that wrist and make that thing go. You know what I mean? It will do it, 100%. You can also hit people with this thing if you want to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
your mom says go get a switch.
Yeah. There it is, right there.
Or
It's
maybe
your
your
Barbie
old
pole.
lady. Maybe your old lady says go get a switch.
Yeah, it's that
well,
Barbie pole. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Get it, son.
Yeah, that's why there's no reel on this thing right now.
It's all sticky.
It's all sticky. I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
I think
That's
we're
awesome.
done.
I think we're done. Yeah, with that part.
What do we got?
All right.
Upcoming events?
Yep.
Oh,
Upcoming.
you know what?
What? What do we do?
My dumbass never pulled up the back to the basics.
That's
banner.
okay.
Look,
we can flow
hey,
right back.
there it is.
Back to the basics. We just did that.
There it goes.
There it goes. Hi, bye, and we're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So upcoming events, bro.
Boom. There it is.
There it is. Bam.
That's what got me thinking about it.
That's
because,
that nightlife look.
Yeah,
Nightlife look.
I mean, that's happening. That makes you want to go to it.
That
Get it, son.
That's awesome. So, what we got coming up, y'all? We got the North Alabama Kayak Anglers, the NACA July Big Bass.
Big bass.
And guess what, man? I'm excited about that, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because Stacy Hedrick was cool enough to let me take off of work from July 13th that whole week. I actually...
Chris was over here rubbing it in. He's going fishing every day for a week.
Yo, I got 11 days off of work.
You're about to be Jeremy Self.
I'm about to be... I think, yo, if anybody's got a tent out there they're letting me borrow...
I got one in the backyard.
I'm gonna go live on Gunnersville for about 7 days.
3 rooms, and 2 of them will hold a queen size bed.
I don't need all that because I got nobody.
You make a tent palace.
I don't need. There's no going to be nobody with
Put
me.
it right next to the Beaver Palace.
I'd love for Shannon to be with me, but she's going to be in Cancun that weekend.
Well,
so it's going to be just me. You know what I mean? All I need is a little bitty ass tent that I can sleep in.
I got a little one too.
Yeah,
I got like a 2-man pup tent.
That's what I need. I need a little bitty guy like that, and I'm gonna go live on Lake Guntersville.
You got to make
for
sure
like
you have
10
a
days.
flashlight on while you're.
I mean, no, I don't need a flashlight. All I need is
No,
service.
you need a flashlight so other people can see it.
All I need is service on my cell phone. That's all I need. That's all I need, and then we're done. So, anyways, so we got we went left field real quick, bro.
It happens.
Yeah, sometimes you have that. So, check it out, man. Lucas Bogut. How do you say it?
Bogosian.
Bogosian.
Bogo, baby.
Bogosian is what I.
No, Bogosian.
Bogosian. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's going to be on the show next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Y'all tune in. Just like we had Hunter tonight, man. We got other people, big guys.
Big guys coming.
Big guys coming, man. I mean, that's what girls like. Is
towards the end.
Girls like big guys coming.
Boom!
You know what I mean?
He dropped that on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then on July 14th, we got Ryan Lattenville. He's going to be on the show. He's another big guy.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're telling you, Marks, man. We're filling up with these guys that want to come on our show. They're willing to come on our show, and they're willing to just, talk about fishing. We got to get you in here, bro.
Guess what?
We got to get you in here.
That's 2 more boat fishermen.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Guys, look, I ain't even seen the comments, but like if I was y'all, I'd be saying the same. I'd be saying to us what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we're a damn kayak podcast.
Yep.
And we ain't done talk to nobody but boat fishermen.
So we need to get some kayak fishermen.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I've been pushing it.
Right.
That's where we've been pushing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they just don't respond.
I mean, then it's okay. It's okay.
Look, I did that poll. Did you see that poll I did?
Yeah.
It was top 5 most influential kayakers, whoever responded to the poll.
Right.
Right. Now, I know there's some people in there that threw some names in there that really aren't influential.
Yeah.
But because some names in there that really aren't influential in this sport.
I didn't throw anybody's name.
You 100% did.
Who did I throw in?
Me. Yeah. Maybe he was drinking that night. I don't know.
You are, yeah.
I'm not influential.
You are to me.
I mean, no. But here, look.
But you are.
There were
That's
some
a true
very
statement.
big names in the sport that we have right now, kayak fishing, kayak anglers, that were thrown out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for who people thought were the most influential.
But you are influential to me.
To you.
That's what you asked me.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I answered your question, sir.
But not like, not me.
What's wrong with you?
A lot.
Nothing.
A lot.
Nothing in my
Okay,
opinion.
look.
All right, we'll go past that, bro.
All right. We got some of those names coming up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We got 2 boat guys coming up.
Yep.
But then we got 2 kayakers coming up.
Right.
Big guys, big names. Okay. Guys that are out there doing their thing, making this shit happen.
Right. So y'all need to tune in and watch this show, man.
I'm going to throw a schedule out there. Then Chris Marks will be like, shit, I need to get on the schedule.
You better hurry up, cuz I'm telling you, it's starting to fill up, man. And
Chris Marks says, schedule me in. Special guest, Jeremy Self, 4 seats. I mean, I'm in. Chris Marks and Jeremy Self here with us.
In. We're going to have to make a bigger bar.
No, we're moving this shit inside where there's AC.
We're going to have a bigger bar.
I will.
Well,
that would be the greatest show ever.
How about we do a kayak fishing round table?
Nights of the fishing table.
Nights of the kayak fishing table or something shit like
a NACA table.
There you go.
I don't know.
Something like that. And we get, we got Marks, we got Self, we got you got me, and we're going to sit around this table, put the camera right.
We're all going to pick these pros apart.
Exactly. And let's just do it.
Let's just get after it.
100%.
I mean, who Scott Adkins says who? What?
Who what?
What
are you talking about the band?
Yeah, no. What kayak guys are we bringing on? We're bringing on Bearded Beast Fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
On the 21st.
I didn't really want to go that far.
I know we
yet.
ain't going that far, right? But you know,
It kind of happened.
y'all's attention span is about fucking 7 seconds, and
Right.
we ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Bearded Beast Fishing.
Bearded Beast.
The guy fishes every day, and he's posting stuff every day, and he's in it. You know what I mean? I dig his content. You should dig his content. Go check it out.
Check him out.
Okay.
Man.
But then after that, I mean, we whipped it. We whipped it good.
I'm
Yeah. And we done hooked a big fish.
gonna throw this thing away because you're gonna hit me with
We done hooked a big fish. We got Robert Field.
Robert motherfucking Field.
Yeah. Coming the 30th of July.
Yeah. Again.
28th of July.
28th.
28th.
Yeah.
The last Tuesday of July.
Yeah. So I mean,
Robert Field. If you don't know who that is, Google him, man. Start watching his shit because
he's
it's
a badass.
good stuff.
He's a badass.
The guy's cool, man. And you might, you know, you might think look, he acts like a Hobie guy, but he's a good guy.
He acts like a Hobie guy. What's a Hobie guy?
You know, like he knows everything.
Little bougie.
But you know, he knows everything.
Right.
I mean, it's not cocky if it's true.
Exactly.
The guy's amazing.
Y'all need to check that dude out for real.
He's got a video where a kayaker offshore hooks into a 500-pound marlin.
Right.
And it takes him like 12 or 15 miles
Out.
offshore.
Just, I mean, what are you going to do in a kayak?
Who needs a damn trolling motor, son?
I mean, that ain't going to do you no good. If you hook into a 500-pound marlin and you're in a 12-foot kayak and you ain't got nothing, that fish is going to take you wherever the fuck it wants to go.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. It kind of stinks, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it took him like 3.5 hours to reel that thing in.
Right.
3.5 hours.
How would y'all, Scott Atkins, how would you handle that situation?
Shit. I mean,
Chris Marks, how would you handle that?
It ain't no different than
situation?
going down to the damn what's the country bar down here with the bowl?
Oh,
That probably ain't open no more.
Under
No,
below the no, it's not below
not
the
below
radar.
the
It's
radar. Anyway,
under the fucking
Huntsville's got a damn country bar. You know what that's good for? Going hogging.
going hogging.
Yeah.
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 That's
about it.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You go reel you in the biggest fish you can find. You got to get carnal knowledge of it.
Right.
That means you got to lip it.
Right. You gotta lip.
You got to lip it. If you didn't lip it, it don't count.
It don't count.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Yeah, Scott. Joseph Little, the bearded beast. He is
that
not
guy.
he is not coming to the tavern physically.
No,
I wish he was. He's not going to be in the area, but he is the southeastern rep for Team Nucanoe.
How cool is that?
Huh? We're going to talk Nucanoe all damn night. And if you think I ain't trying to get Blake Young up on the show, I've sent the guy too many messages. He probably thinks I'm a stalker. Chris Mark says you can't even Google me. He says I keep low key.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, below the radars.
Below the radar, son.
Right.
And then the next thing you
Guess
know,
what? And then you pop
bam!
up and go, bam.
What's up,
First
bitches?
place. Big fish. What's
Right.
up?
What's up, bitches?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. So that's what's up. We working some big shit. I'm trying to get people that y'all said
Y'all wanted.
that you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
You work a lot harder than I do.
Oh, look, it's all for the betterment of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to step up my game, bro.
Ah.
I do. You know I do.
I don't know why Scott Atkins says pass out. Maybe he's got a girl crush on Joseph Little.
I mean, he's passing out. I mean, he got too much beer.
Pass out. Oh.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I mean, either. That's all I got, bro. The
He says, yeah, we communicate some. He's got a girl crush.
He got a girl crush.
Is that a song?
Is
that a real song?
It is a real song.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah. It's a.
I didn't know that.
It's a country song.
It sounds like it.
It is. Yeah.
Does it end with some dude crying?
No. It's actually a girl.
Does his dog die?
No.
His truck break down?
No.
Oh.
It's a girl.
It's not a country song.
It is a girl. It is a country song. It's a girl talking about she's got a girl crush on the other girl that the guy's with, and she wants to be with that guy.
I want to be with the girl that wants to be with another girl.
Well, I mean, what guy doesn't?
That's too funny.
Anyway, too funny. The only girl I want is Shannon.
I think we're at the end. You done? If you missed it, rewind, son. It was a good show.
It was.
It was a good show.
Very good show.
Knowledge dropped.
Hunter Freeman, you're a badass. That's all I got to say.
Ryan says, "What about bubblegum shrimp?" I mean, I don't know.
What about
it?
Shrimp?
It's good in my belly.
I like shrimp.
Shrimp. I don't know what he says.
Stupid, bro.
Just a bunch of shrimp. He says shrimp something. Different recipes.
Yeah.
Scott Atkins, you asked me about that offshore catch. We did? Hold on. I'm confused.
Me too.
Come on, Scott. You're going to have to be faster with them fingers, son. I know they didn't get stitches.
Ma Coughlin, we love your face too.
Yeah, love your face.
Tell Pop Coughlin that we love him too.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the Iowa crew. You know,
yes, sir.
Ma Coughlin, Pa Coughlin, Bro Ryan, Sis Melinda, Rob Moore. Y'all come out here every single weekend.
Boom.
Every single Tuesday.
Who wants to be on the show?
And y'all support us. And we love y'all for that. Thank you so much.
Ryan says he want to be on the show. Who's he?
Ryan.
Ryan ain't talking about himself in the third person.
Why would he not?
He said he want to be on the show.
Who is he?
Who is he? Be on the show. Let's go.
What's going on in September, Scott?
Jeremy Self.
Roll Tide, Iowa guys. Yo.
Hell of a time to chime in, son. We're at the end.
Jeremy Self,
Our
man.
favorite self.
Our favorite self. Thank you for tuning in, man. You're a cool motherfucker. Thanks for having Hunter on. Great show. Great talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very comfortable. That's what I'm saying. Hunter, look, I don't know if you've watched any of the other podcasts or interviews that people have done with Hunter, but they were very weird. That's all I'm gonna say. They were weird. The freaking hosts were weird. They were throwing the wrong energy at Hunter. You know what I mean? Hunter's laid back.
You broke out with the energy word.
Yeah, man. Energy. They were throwing the wrong energy at him, and he was like, I don't know how to take y'all. I kind of want to punch you in the face. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I was looking at some rat-faced fuck with some curly golden hair that looked like he came off Wayne's World, I might want to punch him in the fucking face too.
Yeah, I'm not. Who are you talking about?
The guy that interviewed, I don't know his name, man. He's fucking weird.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's weird. I don't know his name. He's weird.
I know.
All I'm saying, if you Google or if you YouTube search podcast with Hunter Freeman, there's some fucking alien looking guy that came off Wayne's World that interviewed him, and he's weird.
We're talking shit now.
That's all I'm saying. Let me interview that weird motherfucker, and I'll shut it. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up on him.
We should reach
That's all
out.
I'm gonna do. Get Ike and Ellie on the phone. I'll fucking hang up on him.
Let's reach out to Stray Cast. You want to reach out to Stray Cast?
That's the name of it.
I know.
Why do you got to remember? I didn't even remember.
Dude,
you're horrible.
Yeah, it was
awful. Horrible. Stray Cast.
Yep.
Jeremy Self, frog fishing season, son.
Roger
yes.
That. Yes, sir. Here we went.
Yeah, we're in it. Look, I don't care, frog or not. Topwater season. Because I'm throwing stuff that ain't frog, and I'm catching topwater fish.
Right. You can throw it right outside the grass, along the grass bed, like a little 4.5 inch swim bait, and just right across the top, and they'll come out that grass and grab it.
Jeremy Self, you need some of these guys. Where's my bait?
I don't know.
These guys. You can't even see it. You can't even see it through the bag. That is the 4.5 inch
Go to Venom.
Buzztail shad.
Go to venom.com.
Yeah.
4.5-inch buzz.
You need some of
tail
those,
shad.
bro.
Yep. They
The
hook up.
frog is all right, but these is catching them. That's all I'm saying. Weightless, weedless.
Right.
Get it. 3/0.
Yep. 3/0. Weedless. Weedless.
Green, golden
Bam.
shiner.
Bam.
Yeah.
They're hooking up on it.
That's
son.
it.
Well,
Look, hopefully the talks with the people coming up are even better. Like Bill McDonald, great fisherman. We got a wealth of knowledge off that guy.
We did.
Hunter Freeman, second year in the pros, right? Totally different perspective. Those two guys are fishing against each other.
Right.
Like
you got
we just got both sides of the coin.
You got an older guy who's been fishing for years, and a younger guy
That's what I'm saying.
just came into it.
Yeah. And now we're gonna expand. We're throwing some other, we're gonna get a couple boat guys, and then we're smashing some kayak guys. Yeah.
Yeah, son.
Finally got them to respond, and they're coming at us.
That's right.
That's right.
Y'all stay tuned.
All right.
It's gonna happen. So upcoming events. Now we talked about that.
We got more?
We got one thing left to talk about.
What is it?
We talk about it every single week.
What is it?
It's the Burns Victims Fishing Tournament at Madison County Lake on September 19th.
This guy right here.
That guy. We talked about it last week. We talked about it the first week. We're going to talk about it every single week because it's something that's close to our heart.
It's something I haven't shared actually on Facebook for a couple weeks, I don't think. Usually I share this post, the event post every week. Yeah, I'm just thinking back to my own mistakes, but we're trying to get people to it. We're trying to get people to think about
Y'all
it. We're trying
help
to
us.
come out and fish. You're trying to, hey, if you ain't coming to fish, but you want to donate.
And we're not talking to the Iowa crew
Nope.
because the Iowa crew
Crew's all over it.
all over it. We're not talking to Puck Auckland who
All the donations we've got have
Right.
been
Ron Biggs.
Ron Biggs. And
yeah,
Ron
we got a
Biggs.
couple other guys.
Who we get? this is gay.
So I mean we've got
We got Scott. We got
We got
Dad.
Scott.
We got Ron Coughlin. We got
Yep.
Jason Lilly.
Jason
That's
Lilly.
all
that's the guy I
Iowa,
was trying
bro.
to remember.
Iowa and Ron Biggs.
Right.
And
All-
Ron Biggs is family, so you might as well be from Iowa.
Right. So we're not talking to the Iowa crew.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking to all you guys out there that's watching the show. Help us.
On-demand decals from Iowa's got the whole damn box of stuff for
100%.
people.
These
right?
guys, the Iowa crew is representing them.
Ohio, Venom Lures threw a whole box of stuff at
Yeah,
us.
Venom Lures.
Look,
man.
Midwest is representing.
100%. Where's the fucking South?
Where's
at?
the South, son?
We need y'all.
Yeah, NACA's on board.
NACA's on board.
Yeah.
Chris Marks, you're good. Nate Mayfield, you're good.
That's right.
Yeah. McNeil, you guys are good. Hey, we need everybody else.
It don't matter where you're from.
Yep.
It don't matter how old you are.
Nope.
It don't matter if you have a boat
Nope.
or a kayak
Nope.
or nothing.
Nope.
You can come fish on the bank
Right.
if
Nope.
you're 6 or 60.
Right. I was about to say that and you took it from me.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
It don't matter if you're 6 or 60 years
damn,
old.
that's all I'm saying.
You come out there and fish.
Come fish.
And it's for these two kids
That's
that got burned really, really bad.
Yeah,
What time is it?
doesn't matter.
Okay. Y'all come help
Yep.
support the
That's
show.
it.
Please do. Please.
We're out, boys and girls. Have a good night.
Y'all have
I know we talked long, but Hunter stayed on a lot longer than we thought he was going to stay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Tight lines.